Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 25 of the No Name Podcast. You can hear me urinating in the background. My name is Mrmoopsy, and with me are my fellow co-hosts.
Cosmo Jazz here. Hey, everybody.
I'm Baker, and I am pouring up. And that makes me sound like I'm doing lean or some shit. It's honestly just an orange soda. I'm not as hardcore as you probably think.
I mean, Kel was onto something.
Kel was onto something. But he let his addiction take over his life, and I won't do so.
I mean, yeah, because every time I go to Subway, I usually get an orange Fanta.
See, here's the thing about that. See, I'm not going to let this control me. I am in control of my own destiny.
Nice. But I guess we can go into the topics now.
Yep.
Which will be the Blizzard ban on the Hearthstone player due to his support of the Hong Kong protest. The PlayStation 5 coming next year. PlayStation saying yes to crossplay. And is the character specialist dead? Along with some extra stories you might get to. But let's start off with the big one. The Blizzard ban. So,
yes.
Do y'all remember his name? I don't have my notes. I'm trying to find them.
It was Blitzkrieg.
Blitzchung, I believe.
Blitzchung, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I took a nap like an hour before the podcast, so I'm kind of groggy.
Oh, you're groggy too? Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad we covered this. I don't feel so bad now.
But no, with Blitzchung, he was basically in support, like the title said, and the Hong Kong protests, and China was not really good with that, into the point where they basically, was it them or was it Blizzard that took his earnings? Which one took his earnings?
It was, well, basically, the short version is Hong Kong told Blizzard.
Yeah. So basically, probably
not
Blizzard.
Hong Kong, China told Blizzard.
Yeah, so most likely Blizzard took the earnings from this last thing. And they gave him a permanent ban, and also it affected the what's the word I'm looking for? The co-host people as well.
Okay, yeah, because from what I remember, let me see if I can, because it was basically, yeah, pretty much what Jazz said. It was Blitzchung said, you know, freedom for Hong Kong, and so then Blizzard scrambling to make sure that they can keep their money safe in China. They banned him for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
They banned him for a year. They took away his money, and the two casters that were also involved with, I believe, the interview, they also got banned for a year.
Yes. That is
like they pretty much just blacklisted everybody in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They went nuclear.
Yeah.
And of course, that led to a huge giant backlash against Blizzard itself from multiple places.
Yes, it did. They unlocked Pandora's box hardcore.
And it's only getting worse.
They got nudes from women that were living at the Bermuda Triangle, dog. Like, it was crazy. And on top of all of that too, I heard some stories about the reporters that were there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole bunch of weird shit involved too, because it's like, you know, they're doing the thing, they're just like, all right, let's talk to this guy, and then he just says some off the wall shit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, no. I mean, in to say off the wall shit, as in like something as polarizing as this. And I was hearing multiple stories about even the reporters. Like, the reporters weren't in on it, but it's like, if they weren't in on it, why would they hide under the table while the dude said the things that he did?
Oh, so it was like right around the same time?
Like directly before it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then that is a little,
because it's like the reporters were there and they're just like, all right, now let's talk to this guy right here, and then he starts just like, how can I make a podcast funny version of this, right? Like imagine you're like, all right, I'm gonna pass the mic to me. I'm gonna pass the mic to me. Holy shit, you're gonna pass the
Damn,
mic to me,
that's meta as shit.
right?
Let's hope he learns to share.
And it's like, hey Eddie, what are your thoughts on this? And I just reply with penis, 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 right? And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Y'all would be stunned by it, but I don't think you'd hide under the table. But yeah, there was a bunch of colluding stories about it, as in like why did the reporters get the business too when they didn't know about it and when it was just like a one person thing. But then you hear it's just like, yeah, all right, well I'm about to say this shit, dog. It's like, yeah, I support you. Let me get under this table real quick so they can't see my face.
Mm.
You know, a whole bunch of other things with that.
Yeah, and so Blizzard went apeshit. They banned. They took the money. They banned the casters and the player, and then people heard about it. People got really upset, and then during one of the collegiate Hearthstone games, there was this team. There was this team. Yeah, it wasn't like the finals. They like these three dudes from this one university. They basically did the same thing, and except this time they held up a sign on camera that said like free Hong Kong, boycott Blizzard, in the middle of the fight, or well, just as the fight was ending. And then immediately they cut the cameras on the dudes. They moved it around, went from the game board to the casters, and the casters tried to play it off like super cool, but I feel like you could tell that the casters on the camera were super uncomfortable because they're just
absolutely.
So I was like, oh god, not this again.
Mm.
And one of the things that helps increase people's like anger towards Blizzard is that nothing really happened to that college team. They weren't kicked off or anything like that. They even got like their next match scheduled right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that just helped make people even more furious because they're thinking, well, this is another piece to the puzzle that says China or Blizzard's betraying people just for the sake of Chinese money.
Yep, that's business in a nutshell.
I gotta think about that too. There's another thing involving China, not necessarily this thing right here.
Hmm. It probably goes
I'll
along
add
with
that in
it
later.
Yeah.
It goes along with it. Yeah, definitely.
Because honestly, I was going to bring up the whole NBA thing I was telling you about earlier.
You say the NBA thing, and then I'll add my thing afterwards, baby.
Like, basically, the owner, I believe it's the owner of the Houston Rockets.
I think it was the coach.
Yeah, you're right. It's the coach. The coach tweeted out that he was in support of the Hong Kong protests, which basically led to a huge backlash of the Chinese government, basically banning anything Houston Rockets within China, basically. And as the NBA tried to kind of cover it up, saying, "Oh, we're sorry, he doesn't speak for all of us," or everything, China wasn't having it. So anything at all as far as Houston Rockets stuff goes, and some other NBA stuff, from my understanding, is no longer in China. They've completely censored it out.
Yep.
And now people are actually getting mad at the NBA, similar to how people are getting mad at Blizzard for basically bowing down to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
they won't talk about the old owner of the Clippers calling black people niggas. But hey.
Exactly.
But hey, China bad.
Like literally the perfect example.
That is the perfect example. I didn't know about all of that though. That's new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now especially because of the Houston Rockets thing, but I think the reason that I am so uninformed on that is because I'm not a basketball fan at all.
Like, and honestly, I don't blame you. Like, I literally just heard this off of another podcast thing I was listening to, and then I kind of researched it myself, and then it was just like, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, Houston, Texas, man, we do a lot of crazy shit as it stands anyway. Like, this ain't gonna be the last time that Houston, Texas is gonna be involved in something.
I hear Dallas is super weird.
Everybody's fucking weird, dog. It's okay. It's like an accepting kind of weird after you've been here for a while.
Mm. To be honest, I feel like almost anywhere is accepting kind of weird once you've been there for a while.
Probably, yeah.
It's just that Texas is bigger, so
Yeah.
it's like oh, and it's like you know how people was like oh my god everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, nigga, especially the weirdos, dog. Like it be like that. But see, there was another thing involving China and people trying to get money for China. Ubisoft, the developers of Rainbow Six Siege and numerous other broken ass games that started out in the beginning, uh, they thought if they were like, hey, I think what they were trying to do was if we were able to cater this game towards the Chinese, I think we would be able to have like less monetization in the game if we were to partner with them because China has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it would change how the game is played. Like they would get rid of anything. Like some maps will have like slots on it.
Mm-hmm.
Some like not even. It would have some. When I say some, I mean like mild shit, and it'd be like mild sexual things, like a chick with a bikini on a motorcycle or something, stuff like that. And they would get rid of the blood too, which is
Yeah, because
weird
I
because in
think
sorry, what's
what?
up?
Look, because I was just gonna say that I think in China the whole like standards that they have for some of the stuff is different. It's kind of like the inverse of the U.S. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think it's like they are less offended by sex than they are of violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. But even then, the developers wanted to censor some of that stuff so they could tap into the Chinese market, and everybody's just like, absolutely the fuck not. No, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The blood thing I didn't get because there was very minimal blood in the game to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think
Like,
like they want like none of it.
yeah, they wanted like not even the remote amount that was even in there. But
Mm-hmm.
the entire Rainbow Six Siege community told them, "Fuck no, don't you do that."
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't. They're just like, okay, more people said no than we'd like, so we're not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and apparently there's also because I also know of two other stories that have like Chinese involvement.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of them is I don't know if you heard of it, Eddie, but one of them is South Park. I think also recently got involved with
Mm-hmm.
something about this.
I was actually going to bring that up too, along with it.
Oh,
Well, you go
okay, yeah,
ahead.
okay.
I thought that was something we all knew because I knew about that too. I just didn't think that pertained to this gaming podcast. But hey, fuck it, nigga, let's do this shit.
South Park made games there.
Oh, that's right, you're right.
But yeah, because the South Park, they also had an episode, I believe, recently when they were talking about the whole like Chinese censorship kind of thing. And obviously, the Chinese didn't like that, and so they told the South Park guys, censor this or we won't show South Park in China anymore. And the South Park dudes, they were just like, well, fuck you. And they just kept they did not apologize or anything like that. They doubled down. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not doubled down, but they just didn't apologize. And so then, yeah, China just took South Park off the air over there.
And another thing about which I heard, I haven't seen, I'll have to look into it, but I have heard that they actually took a shot at the NBA with the whole that. It's like I'm glad they support us in this whole fuck China thing.
It's good to know that the NBA has our back.
Exactly. But
Nice.
And then, do you want to cover the other company, Jazz, or
what was the other one?
Epic?
Oh well, yes. It's that one's a weird one because of how they tried to play good guy here.
Yeah.
Which they can't really when you really look into their whole company.
Yeah.
But basically, it's the CEO, right?
Yeah.
He went in saying that he was kind of saying screw Blizzard and all their stuff, going with the ban and whatnot, trying to basically get some good guy points. But
Mm.
when you realize that like Epic and it's like Tencent with them as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
Tencent, yeah.
Yeah, when you figure that that's their kind of main revenue thing is whatnot, it's like it's it's kind of redundant because you're funded by China, really.
Yeah, because their stuff is 40%.
Yeah, it literally is just like you're trying something, but it's not gonna really work.
That sounds hilarious as hell, right? Just like, yo, man, screw those China bastards, man. Come over to Epic Games, man. We'll take care of you.
Exactly.
Aren't you fun about China too?
Also, wasn't there something that they found out? Like he tried to play good guy at first, and it wasn't just the Tencent thing, but he also ended up saying something that ended up going like pro China, or am I making that up?
I feel like that was before this, but it got brought up
Hmm.
because of the fact that he said "fuck Blizzard."
Yeah, because I feel because I think there was something that happened, but take it with a grain of salt because groggy person here. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, because I think it was he said fuck Blizzard, the pro Hong Kong stuff. But then I think ended up doing something. I might be mixing it with someone else, but he said something that was basically like pro China, and then fucking people were like, "Aha!"
Yeah, I'm actually remembering something around that too, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, but I'm sure that there's like some other YouTubers that you can find that mention this sort of thing.
Which I will put some stuff because like we're not even going to the reason why China's having protests, and that's something you really need to read on your own. I promise you, there's a whole thing about that.
I would not be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a rabbit hole on itself. Here, I'll give you one example. They were trying to implement face scanning software
Hmm.
into the into just like regular public life, and the people was just like, all right, payday gang, let's get this shit. Then they obviously realized that they couldn't do anything like that while in casing mode, so they masked up and got to work.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. A payday pun in 2019? You goddamn right.
I was gonna say because what I was gonna say is, don't they have the face scanning kind of scenario in Blade Runner?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
you are correct. And then also just another point off of Eddie's is the whole human rights thing with the basically you can get charged for shit and then not really get a fair trial. They're not going off of that too, so they're protesting for that as well, and a bunch of other
And
stuff.
well, and I'll add just like one more of my own because I've heard that if you say anything anti-government over there, that they literally try to take you and brainwash you to be super pro China.
I mean, and as you can see, it's literally true. Just off of like two things, well, three things that we just brought up.
Yep.
So, I mean, they literally, if you are even remotely interested in it, just look it up. Literally, there's a whole
Plenty.
list of things.
There's plenty of information with sources and everything out there for you.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not surprised Kochik fucking bends over to take it from China.
No, I mean, literally, big companies these days. I'm not surprised at all. It's even happening in movies, but that's a whole nother story itself.
I mean, because yeah, big companies in general, like because a lot of big companies in general, yeah, I get that,
Mm.
but because the thing is that I've had a grudge against Kochik basically since PS3 because he was that's when he really started getting like super seedy and scummy and stuff, but nobody did anything to prevent his bullshit.
Mm.
And if there were like any outrage protests or anything like that, those things were so small scale that they never ended up stopping the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to get all dark, but
Nah, no.
You
This is
call
a
that
dark subject in general.
That was relatively light to me.
Let's say compared to some of the stuff that we literally mentioned before about the whole tear gas thing and whatnot, that was relatively light.
well, I mean, yeah, but like I guess it's the source is different because that's just me being super cynical and stuff for an old subject. Because yeah, fucking
You're a
like
cynical dude.
I've had
It's your thing.
hate on for Kochik basically since like I'm gonna say like 2007.
It's all right. I've had a hate boner for Jazz's giggling since we met.
And we're still friends to this day.
Little rainbow.
I have nightmares about that shit sometimes. You ever be running for your life? It's just like, oh my god, I can't hear you. You know what I mean?
If like fucking Eddie ever played Resident Evil 2 remake and somebody put in a Jess giggling mod every time there's a zombie nearby.
I'm from Mr. X.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, fuck that. Or better yet, or an even easier game to mod that in for Left 4 Dead 2 whenever a charger just comes along.
That'd be so fucked up.
Oh, man. Like, I'm sorry, dog. I love you, but I'm not playing this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah.
But
So, anyway,
we good on the band?
Yeah, well, I think we're good on that one, homie.
yeah, that's a big subject. And if we wanted to dive deep into it, that would be a podcast in and of itself.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But onto a lighter subject. The PlayStation 5 coming out next year.
Ain't that shit crazy, dog?
At first, I thought yes. But then I looked back on like all the releases up to this point, and to be honest, not really. In fact, it's kind of overdue if they went to the old releases.
You know what? Yeah, you're probably right on that one. Because like games from the PS4 era when they first began, like take The Last of Us Remastered, right? This game is also free for PlayStation Plus subscribers for this month. You guys should definitely check it out.
Get it.
All right, I'll get it. God.
It's a great game. I know it's a great game. But say comparing The Last of Us to say God of War. When it comes to gameplay, like actual gameplay, The Last of Us sucks dick.
I can agree with that.
Because like I tried to play through the story, and the issues that I have with my controllers don't permit me to play that game. It would be actively going against me to play this game. But like how can I play Call of Duty on these broken ass controllers, but I can't play The Last of Us?
Yeah.
And their optimization in 2019 compared to back then is abysmal. Great game, but it is like, how the fuck did they get away with that back then today? I don't know, weird paradox shit.
Well, wasn't a lot of the release lineup for PlayStation 4 games when it was coming out? Well, a lot of their stuff was basically remasters, weren't they?
At first, yes.
Yeah, I'm talking very launch kind of stuff.
Yeah, like super launch stuff. Yeah, it was remasters and like Knack and some other jank game nobody remembers.
I know the Killzone series had a game coming out.
Oh god, Shadowfall was so boring.
Yeah, that was very bad. I'm literally saying that's bad.
but you know, games in and of itself back then were just objectively terrible in comparison to the games that we have today.
Which actually leads me to a question. It's for you guys. Because as we know, like the PlayStation 5 comes out, but a lot of the time, launch games are not good.
No, but it's just they allow backwards compatibility with PS4.
They said that they were gonna.
But
I think,
if that wasn't, let's just say that wasn't on the table.
Right.
What would get you to get it as far as games wise?
The Yakuza series.
Interesting.
I'm kidding. What would it take? Oh man, it would have to like eat my ass or do my taxes, dog. Like, it had to be some crazy shit. It would have to be. It has to be some off the wall shit.
Yeah, honestly, because I think it's usually around the launch of a new console when game companies really get experimental, like nowadays at least. Because that's when it gives them a chance to. If I had to imagine why they do it, they get to experiment with that stuff because it gives them a chance to fuck up. Since you could say, I don't know if it's the console or if it's the game or something, but it gives them like basically a freebie for a launch title that may or may not work.
Like they can literally use the phrase, "We're still learning that technology."
Yeah,
and but you know what? That's fair to. It's not, but that shouldn't be a blight to the developers. It's just like, hey, we just got. It's like any of us picking up a game that's not brain dead easy for the first time, And it's like, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what makes this particular thing so different is that the PS4 era is still doing so well. It's just like the thought of another console. It's like gamers everywhere. It's just like, I'm not even done with my fucking backlog yet. What the fuck?
Yeah, I can see that too.
It's
Yeah.
like, because it does, to me it feels like it was just yesterday that I got my PS4.
Yeah, because I mean,
I know
you
some
also got
years
to
have passed.
remember, you also got to remember though that unfortunately with the PS4, it like a lot of the games to add to the library didn't really start to pick up until like around the second or third year.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Yeah,
So
actually
it
kind of standard for most launch consoles.
a lot
that
of the
makes
times,
sense.
yes, but there are also some times, some launch titles that are worth picking up, like the console for.
Mm.
I think PS4 definitely did not have that advantage at the beginning. I think
Mm.
Xbox One had that a bit more than
I
PS4.
would 100% disagree. They were not like out of that. If anything, the only system new that I would say had that advantage would be the Nintendo Switch. And that's
Oh
it.
man, the Switch was just beating cheeks when it came out.
People are still fucking like drooling over Breath of the Wild.
Mhm.
Exactly. But
No.
to say Xbox would be a slap to the face of both of us. Don't you say that shit around us. We can, like there's a reason why the PS4 bodied the shit out of the Xbox One.
Mm.
There is a reason, and I mean, like, I'm not trying to drop a bomb that is like, haha, I was secretly an Xbox fanboy this whole time. No,
Oh yeah, you
but
were. Don't you lie to us.
I knew you
because
had a secret Xbox One somewhere.
I always knew there was something about you
But-
I ain't like.
feelings mutual. But because the I say it like that because there one thing that Xbox or the Xbox did have is they did have some titles that drew in my attention more, like Killer Instinct, like Dead Rising. They did have some titles where I did want to play those, whereas in PlayStation, I can remember back when I first got it that I had very little idea as to what it was that I actually wanted to get on the machine.
Hmm. Although I will fight you on that Dead Rising one because it ended up kind of not being great and it didn't sell well. So I don't know if you can use that comparison.
Well, I can speak for personal experience on that because I have both of those Dead Risings that came out.
which is fine. I'm just saying, like on a global scale, though, I don't know if you can use that. Now,
Fair
Killer
enough.
Instinct, on the other hand, I'll give you that one. But other than that, I mean, what else was there?
Pretty much just those two.
Exactly.
And if we're talking like objective global kind of point of view, fucking people wouldn't even throw in Dead Rising.
Yeah. And literally, they both were just kind of in that same thing, to be honest. That's why it's like the only one I can literally say without a doubt is Switch.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they got kind of lucky there.
I think it's actually like a little bit of they got kind of lucky, but I guess I don't know how long it was taking them, how long they've been planning for like the Switch, because it could be maybe in the last 2 years of the Wii U's life or something like that. They were drilling hardcore on what it is that they're going to be doing with the Switch.
More
That-
often than not, it takes about up to 3 years of even beginning development before you really see an actual idea for it.
Right, and like and like I'm saying, it's Nintendo, and this was I think that I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild was in house. Well, of course it was. So so of course they were like planning super hardcore on what it was that they wanted out of Breath of the Wild.
Mm.
So it's no surprise that Breath of the Wild is one of the examples where yeah, the game was absolutely perfect on launch and everything.
Mm.
And then they came out with Odyssey, and I also fell in love with that game.
Although that came out later. It wasn't
Yes,
a
it
launch. You keep that out of here.
I didn't say it was a launch title.
But like, because I was just wondering, like, with every new console, that seems to be the biggest thing that doesn't get over the hurdle, basically. Your launch titles, the thing that needs to really be there when the console comes out.
If that's the
Yeah.
case, then the developers need to start working on launch titles for the next consoles ahead of time. But
Well,
then
that's not
again,
that's not the
how would
problem
they?
though.
How is that not the problem?
Well, because of the problem, the thing is that a lot of times when the developers like they just make, I think it's like they just ask the developers to make a game. They don't really do anything that helps. They don't really help them by giving them an idea of what it is that the console can do. For example, because I'm pretty sure that this relates to this, how basically how Devil May Cry came about because of a fucked up thing that happened during the Resident Evil 4 development.
Interesting analogy. I'll let it slide.
Hooray, I get one. But it's basically that they didn't let Capcom know exactly what it was that the PlayStation 2, like how it operates exactly. And yeah, they stumbled onto a great franchise and all that stuff. But it's that they don't really let them have real hands-on experience with the new consoles. So a lot of times the companies are just stumbling on as to what it is that they can do.
Plus, actually, the analogy I was going to think of is think of it like Anthem, where they didn't really know anything until they saw what it was. And then it's like, okay, that's what we're doing. I feel like it's the same thing with these consoles because a lot of the times the console makers and whatnot, they keep such things close to the chest until they're really, really ready to reveal what it is. And a very few amount of people outside of that really know what it is.
Yeah, they keep it close to the chest to the point that it's a detriment.
Yeah. Which is why you get so few games with the new console.
Why do you think? But then again, why do you think the launch titles are always so awful? Because they need time to work on it. That was actually going to be my second point, Moops. But then you were so passionate with your interruption that I just decided to let you have it.
Yes, that's good.
I love that fire. Keep it down there.
like yo, you got a fire in your ass and it's starting to spread. Spreading cheek fires around here, dog. Like we do this in this.
Get the fire blanket.
I do kind of hope though, because we still don't know what it is, and there have been a couple of rumors of what the titles will be. But I do hope that at least this time around, even though it's Japanese, so that's probably not going to happen, that they let it more like information out to more people, like not like people like normal people, but like developers. It's like, okay, this is what you're working with, so work with this.
Because wasn't it that the PlayStation 1 actually did have something to that? They had people working close to the machine, really knowing what it was that they could do. That's why so many of the PlayStation 1 classics came out as they did.
Exactly. And I think it was, I want to say it was between the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 era where they kind of kept it more close knit.
I think it was they started doing that during PlayStation 2.
Yeah. They didn't want to let all their quote secrets get out.
Yeah.
And it's just it makes the launch title suffer. That's just the way it is.
I mean, yeah, because I think the only one that I feel like maybe for PlayStation 3, the only company that really knew what it was that the system could do was Konami at the time, because you can't really like see Metal Gear Solid 4 played on anything except one of those new gen or one of those gen PlayStations.
Mm-hmm. It's a very weird little thing that really needs to be fixed. Like, there shouldn't be a problem every time. Eventually, it's got to get rectified.
Because one of the big problems about it is that they'll keep wasting a chunk of money during the lifespan of a new console. That's just gonna hurt everybody.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, have y'all seen what the possibility? This is not confirmed, but a lot of things are pointing to this. But have you seen the possibility of what it could look like?
Did it look like a half donut?
Oh, I didn't put any stock into that. I don't care about that shit. That shit doesn't matter to me.
Which honestly, in all honesty, it doesn't really matter to me either. But if
it doesn't.
if it really does look like this, that's a weird design. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, same.
It ain't the weirdest design it ever came up with. Come on.
It looks like a toilet seat.
Well, obviously, it would look like a toilet seat. It's shitting on Xbox, dog.
Look at that.
That is meant to be sat on.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, why is it like 80% fan?
It's gonna be that hot, dog.
Oh god, my room's already sucks enough.
So, what do you mean? Why is it 80% fans? Because our PS4 sound like A10 Warthogs now.
Exactly. Every time I play any kind of Tekken or anything like that, my PlayStation literally sounds like it's about to take off and go to like Las Vegas or something.
It is loud. It's like you can even go back to like a launch title. It still sounds like a fucking Warthog, dude. It is just crazy.
Exactly. So why do they want to make it more? Why do they want to make it louder?
More power, more loudness, more legs.
Like, look, if we make it look so cool that it sounds cool, we just need a lot of fans for that, dog. Honestly, what's the biggest complaint people have about the PlayStation right now? Their controllers are weird and it's loud. Our consoles are loud.
Man.
Everybody has a loud console.
Mm-hmm.
So let's rectify that. More fans.
More fans. No, like that. Honestly, if there was one thing I could change, literally, out of anything for the next console, is that damn D-pad on this controller. This is absolute trash.
I haven't had many issues with the D-pad. I have issues with the analog stick motion sensors.
That is trash too. And honestly, I didn't even think about it until I got that super small controller I had, Eddie. And after I started using that, I was literally thought to myself, "Wow, how is this small janky ass controller for a kid better than this?" That shouldn't be a thing.
Well, obviously they were trying to get into the Fortnite market at the time.
No, jeez. The Fortnite wasn't even a thing.
You can't prove
to
that.
the future.
I mean, was it a launch title?
The controller wasn't.
Not Fortnite.
Like, neither one of those things. We're both wrong. Hold that shit.
Wait, how is the D-pad
Jess,
not launch?
Let me ask you a question.
D-pad? Oh, I don't know.
Dumbass.
Jess, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Because like, to you, did the D-pads in the PS3 sound better feel better to you?
Yes.
The
Yes, the PS2 ones are better than the PS4s.
Yeah, because fucking that's one of the things when Street Fighter 5 came out, I was always having the hardest ass fucking time getting used to the new D-pads.
Yeah,
like I feel like I've dropped a lot of shit because of those fucking D-pads.
Mm-hmm. It's because they put them all in one fucking panel. And it's just like, let's go with that. Yeah, cheapness.
Yeah, and like they always go for like super cheap fucking materials to build that shit.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know if the what's its name's coming back, the touchpad, because it was barely ever used.
Yeah, it was basically a glorified select button.
You know what I don't want?
What's that?
I don't want the controller speakers anymore.
They were kind of useless. Like, there was literally only one game I can think of where it was actually interesting to have it, and that was Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, it would make it look like you have the bracelet and the person's talking to you, like, kind of with that kind of thing, which made it kind of unique, but no other game was using this, so it's so useless.
What's that game what's that free-to-play game that you really like, Eddie?
Warframe?
Warframe, yeah, because that's the one I thought of when it comes to the
Oh yeah, they do that.
They do that, and it's still not a lot of games that take advantage of that.
Like, unfortunately, my opinion is changing on it.
Oh,
damn. Exposed.
Yeah, it exposed indeed, bro. But even then, the main reason why I wasn't too big a fan of the speakers. The speakers were because they ruined playthroughs.
Oh yeah, because that random sound that you can't like cut out Really?
Mm-hmm. On
Plus,
top
they
of
just
that,
drain the crap out of the battery.
That too.
that too, and there would be certain bits of information that would get missed because of the controller speaker. So say they like it would make streaming a little awkward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm. On top of the other things there too, like draining controller batteries. Them shits is already low as fuck.
Yes, they are. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's these two things. I know they were cool at the time, but they're so useless. Nobody uses them.
And it's just like, well, check out this new feature. Like, shut up. Let me play games. I want to play games, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You know?
Jess, I can give you like a perfect example for that. One of the greatest games to come out exclusively on the PlayStation did not use the touchpad function. Fucking Spider-Man.
Fair. That would have been another one because he gets calls all the time.
Yep.
Huh.
But like nobody ever like they did not use that touchpad function at all.
Mm. And
Can't
honestly,
blame
I honestly can't because anytime it was used, it was jank. Like I can't honestly. I'm trying to think of a game that I've used the touchpad on, and it's not coming to my mind.
Yeah, it seems like it was more of a hindrance than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Like
Great in theory, but bad on paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the Wii U for PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. You know what else had something similar to this? Was the PS Vita, and look where that is now.
Jesus Christ, where?
One of the greatest handheld consoles to get hated on so much. It's terrible.
It had Persona 4 Golden. That's all I needed.
That's all I needed too, but that's not what's important here. What was important here was that like even then, like the Vita's a great handheld console to just get shat on the way it did. I ain't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of the games that were Vita exclusive were part of the reason why. Like that, I remember there was an Uncharted game that was Vita exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it was part of the reason why people hated it.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it did well in Japan. It just didn't do. It did terribly here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And like everybody loved it in Japan. It was the GOAT in Japan.
Yeah, but handheld consoles in general are pretty much amazing in Japan compared to here. That's a market specific kind of thing because handheld and phone games like do amazing over there.
Those same motherfuckers who shat on the Vita is just like, oh my god, the Switch, that's all powerful. Like,
to be fair,
I don't mean the people who love Nintendo consoles. I'm talking about people who are just like, yo, handheld gaming is fucking gay. And then the Switch comes out and it's like, oh my god, it's the most revolutionary console generation.
That is kind of true because
yeah,
as much as I love the Switch and it can do console shit, it is technically a handheld.
yeah, I'm with you there.
I like you, just people who don't have very strong.
Congratulations, Eddie! You got Mr. Semantics on your side.
I have nothing.
Dude, Jazz and I are all about fucking semantics. We are the semantic kings. But let's be real here. Come on.
Nope, I got nothing. I'm with you here.
People are like this. I hate people. Next subject, please.
All right.
We continue to hate on people.
That could be a podcast in itself.
Right?
Fucking mouth breathers.
I'll just come back and just get revenge. Yeah, from my other stream. I saved that shit as a highlight. I gotta edit that down, honestly.
Nice.
Because it was, I mean, don't get me wrong. As much as it sucks to get roasted for an hour and a half, it was fun. It was a good time. But best believe, I'm coming for y'all ass.
For anybody's wondering what we're talking about, you gotta check out our streams.
Yeah, like try following us.
Yeah.
Fucking like one day, like Jazz and I are playing like Tekken or some shit like that. Then fucking Eddie comes like, "Yo, fucking niggas is gay."
I see it.
I hope y'all console crashes. Yeah. That's not to be confused for bricking. I'm not that petty. It's just like, yo, you're about to get a triple perfect blue screen. Hold up. The Moops is about to win his first game against Jazz. Blue screen.
Little bit rowdy.
Nah. It'll probably happen, something like that. Or I have another Resident Evil stream where I do on hardcore and just die every time.
Right.
But let's see. Something else. Oh yeah. One thing I am excited about that they have said is it's gonna kill the loading screens, and they did show like how fast Spider-Man went in versus PS4, which was
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Loading screens, I don't have a beef with those. Not really.
Me neither.
It's like
I would, but I wonder if it would fix something like, say, Tekken, for example, the way it is now.
Very, very fair thing, because Tekken on PC, especially, there was like a plugin that they added. The shits just load in fast as hell.
Mm-hmm.
That is an exception, but not the rule.
Yeah. Like, I'm not like saying, oh, this is the end all be all. You have to agree with me now. I do wonder if we get to this.
if we could load into our Tekken matches even faster,
mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a great thing too. Because Mortal Kombat loads into their games quite fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because I was actually going to bring up Mortal Kombat because I've been trying out the free Mortal Kombat weekend, and one of the things that I've noticed is that it will have the occasional like stop to load stuff. So that's one thing I would probably be in favor of for faster loading screens, because it's like I want it to be seamless, but I don't mind loading screens in general where appropriate.
You know what it is? It's not the loading screens. I think it's just the void of nothingness that's in between it, and I think Mortal Kombat handles that really well. Because while Mortal Kombat's games load in, the two characters are fighting each other as silhouettes, so it provides, while horrendously minuscule, right? It's minuscule. Let's agree on that. But it's still a form of interaction and entertainment.
Well, because I'm not even talking about those parts. I'm talking like, say, when I'm moving around stuff in customization or some shit like that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that too. That's also minuscule, but you're also actively loading things in, and it's like loading. Everything loads. We all load. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But even then, if you're gonna load, don't make the loading process just like dissociate you from the game at all.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. No, because honestly, it's funny that we actually went to fighting games, and it almost like goes to like something Max was saying a while back, is that like what you were saying. Honestly, it's not like the loading; it's the waiting, and like when it comes to fighting games, that's a huge thing because it's like I want to get back into the match and fight. I don't want to care about even if I won. I'm just like I want to get back in.
Yeah, momentum is huge in that genre.
Mm-hmm. Which is why one of the reasons I brought up the whole Tekken World Tour thing when they had the whole you have to go back to the level and blah 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 and such. It's like no, that takes all momentum out and all that loading.
That's the reason why Arslan Ash is winning now. Come on,
using the power of loading screens.
I should have said Super Akuma. He's a little bit more infamous right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go there.
No, see, that's the thing though. It's easy to shit on him. Arslan Ash is like shitting on you. It's really fucking difficult. I have to make things up. Like, yeah, I bet you wear glasses. I got him. Like roasting you for things. It's just like. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, dog, yeah.
I do wear glasses. This is true.
and that's like the duality of it, because this like I'm over here dying 3 times to a Black Diablos and Monster Hunter. Everybody can roast me for that. Hell, Moops roasted me for that, right? And that's all well and good. But what am I supposed to say to him? You're Mexican. Like what? Come on. That's all. That's all I got. I saw him 1v1 a Kieran. I haven't done that yet.
Rowdy's roasting you right
Wait,
now.
you haven't 1v1 a Kieran yet?
Not in the proper right now.
Are you serious?
I'm actually quite serious about that.
What?
I tell you what, I went back into high rank after I was already master rank, and I fought a Kieran there, and I bodied him like Dazzy. You know what I mean? So, you know, not a Kieran. I did a Black Veil Valazak, but I didn't do Kieran.
No.
I did the harder. I beat the harder Elder Dragon. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. While we're on this, hey, why is Kieran an Elder Dragon when it's clearly a unicorn? What's up with that?
How the hell should I know?
Ask Capcom. They're weird.
All right, cool. All right, moving forward. Yeah. I can take down the harder things, but it's just like, yeah, man, why didn't you do that? It's so simple. I'm just like,
Like, think of it this way, Eddie. We have a man who's known for throwing fireballs and shoryuken and fighting monsters now in that game.
That's not that weird.
We have people who literally have only fought zombies, really, in a monster world.
Well, next month, but yeah.
Like, come on.
We have two video game protagonists coming into a new world thinking, yo, if my weapon was this huge, I would have never had the problems that I had.
I wish Mr. X would come here.
Also, Jess, I was going to say, they're going to make Mr. X fucking waifu material.
Literally, another thing. Kieran not being a dragon is not the weirdest thing anymore to me.
Oh, that's right. Mr. X is a handler skin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do that? Why couldn't, like,
It's
Resident Evil
Capcom, they're weird.
But why wouldn't Jill be a handler skin?
I was thinking that until you kind of realize it's Resident Evil 2 theme and she's Resident Evil 3.
Oh. Then why wouldn't Claire be a handler outfit, right?
That would make more
hunter
sense.
skin.
She's a hunter skin, and she's a great hunter, right? I'm not against that, but I want a cute waifu as my handler.
I'll do you one better,
Mr. X.
I'll do you one better, Ada.
She
is in the game. That's true.
She should have been the handler.
Oh wait, then Ada skin is coming to the game too?
No, she's not.
No. He's saying that Ada could have been the handler skin.
Yeah. She's not one of the main ones.
I would rather Ada. I'd rather Ada than Claire.
Be a handler skin or the character?
The hunter skin.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Right.
We are way off topic, by the way.
Before we get back on topic, last thing I'll say.
Way off the rails.
I actually do appreciate them going the strange route for once.
Oh, absolutely.
I love my fucking Chun-Li handler skin.
I know you do.
I know. But I'm gonna definitely switch her out for Mr. X for at least a little while.
I am too. I'm not gonna lie.
If I participate in the event, I definitely wouldn't. I'd get it, but I wouldn't use it.
I'd just use it for the memes.
Same.
Definitely for the memes. Yeah, sure. That's absolutely fine.
But all right. So, is there anything we want else to say about the PlayStation 5?
Other than it's gonna be great? No, not really.
And honestly, when you see the specs between whatever the next Xbox is and the PlayStation 5, it's not really that big a jump. Well, as far as like the two consoles. So it's gonna be interesting to see when it finally comes out next holiday.
Before we go into the next thing, I'm thinking now we don't need a revolutionary console anymore. I think they just need to make vast improvements over what they have now, and that's exactly what they did. Because PS1 to PS2, game breaking. Xbox to Xbox 360, game changing. PS2 to PS3, game changing. PS3 to PS4, game changing. We're kind of at the pinnacle here. We can't go down. We can't go back. But let's just like chip. Let's just like make a couple steps up from the top.
This makes sense.
I mean, not only that, but if it's one of the things that I think would be an advantage is that if the PS5 say the specs are like Jess is saying, they're not that big of a jump from the PS4. That means that the games wouldn't be that much more complicated to develop for, which would probably mean that we might actually have like some really super amazing games at launch.
So what I actually meant was between the two consoles of Xbox, the new console, and PlayStation 5. It is actually quite a jump from PS4.
I haven't seen the specs on that, so I don't even understand anyway. So
yeah. It's like a lot of PC kind of stuff thing. Don't worry about it. It's just going to work.
Widgets and bolts. Widgets and bolts.
Like complicated development stuff, man. You wouldn't understand.
Just know it's going to work and you can play on it.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
But so I guess we can move on to another thing PlayStation related. Them saying yes to crossplay.
Everybody needs to think the fuck out of Fortnite right now. No, you ain't gotta like it, but the hood gonna love it. Y'all ain't gotta like it. Y'all don't have to like it. You don't. You absolutely don't. But guess the fuck what? Fortnite paved the way for that. I don't like it either. But speaking I know. Yeah, you know what? This is for roasting me on stream. Fuck yeah.
Although
I'm relishing.
Although I do have a question.
What's up?
Because you would be probably the only one who would know this. When did Final Fantasy 14 come out?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That was some years ago. Oh my god. It started off on PS3.
Yeah, because I was about to say, wouldn't it be the one that kind of started it?
Kinda. That's definitely one of the big factors.
But close. I'd say it's a really, really, really loose exception to the rule because PC and PS4 and separately PC and Xbox 360 had always had crossplay together. This crossplay here is between PS4 and Xbox. And you can thank Fortnite for that. Hold that shit. Yes, I relish in it. You ain't gotta like it, but Fortnite paved the Rocket League 2. But Fortnite mostly paved the way.
Sponsored by Epic, I guess.
No, this ain't sponsored by Epic. I'm just speaking objectively. We would never have gotten this close to crossplay being a thing if it was not for Fortnite's success.
Which let the record.
You think Rocket League success was gonna have that happen? Not nowhere near as fast.
No, not nowhere as fast. But I was just gonna say, let the record be known that I was always never really the biggest fan of crossplay.
Oh, you suck.
Well, and it's honestly just an example. Recently in Street Fighter, just kind of brought that in there.
Yeah, because like niggas is cheating like shit on there now.
And crossplay literally makes that so much easier.
Yeah, it does. Okay, It ain't perfect. They're still working on it.
And then there's also the whole thing of, say, such things as cheating and whatnot. It's going to be harder to report that person if they're on another console, because that's a whole other company you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But it's a step in the right direction.
Like, as far as the actual idea of it, I'm not like against that. Like, the more people, especially let's say fighting games, for example, the more people who can play with each other, the better.
Honestly, like, because for my money, I would say crossplay should be a thing, just not with PC.
Honestly, I can kind of agree with that because that's really where the cheating comes in anyway.
Yeah.
It never should have been with PC to begin with, just because the pure ramifications of a PC versus a console's limitations.
Oh yeah, because all the custom programming, all the fucking tapping into the game's code to fuck with it. It's I guess you could say there's a random factor to having it crossplay with PC that is really something that should not be tapped with. That should not be fucked with.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like with history. Every time something historic is made, there's always new problems to come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how white people must have felt when Mexicans and black people were able to start reading and shit. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, changed the.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, those are dark times.
Talk about dark.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to make a point here. It's just like yeah, sure, we were able to read, but then white people got really fucking scared for a while. It was great, right? It was awesome.
This got very interesting.
Like, oh my god. They look at me like, oh my god, this Mexican can read. I'm like, of course I can. What the fuck?
So like, is that a Negro? What a library card? Like, they just have like a heart attack right there to just drop. I'm sorry.
I
Just
mean,
flip
you
it
can
like
just
a
go to
trap card.
Georgia and that'll happen right there.
Go to Florida right now. Tampa is waiting for you. Now you put that on, and then you just flip it like a trap card. Gotcha.
It's like yeah, there's nothing in that pathetic wallet of yours that you beat me, Yugi. And it turns around, there's a library card that's at least 3 years old. It's like,
It's not possible. Oh shit.
imagine Goku going Ultra Instinct, but that's just like revolutionary history being made right there.
I can actually see that happening. But
The music playing in the background.
no, I will say though, like you said, with Fortnite, that's kind of the thing that kind of pushed it. But I do wonder when it's actually going to be truly implemented, though. Are they going to wait for the new consoles? Or are they going to try to get it ahead? Because honestly,
neither. The answer is subjective.
Which yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm just like saying, like, would they though? It would be better, smart move in my opinion if they waited for the new consoles.
I was thinking the same thing.
Nope, subjective. It's subjective by the developer. You want to know why? Because PUBG's developers is like, it's like Sony is like, all right, cool, we got cross-play out of beta, we can do this now. And like 45 minutes later, PUBG is just like, all right, boys, we have crossplay now.
Yeah,
and that's my point.
But
PUBG's developers are greedy as fuck. Nobody cares about what they think.
Well, that too. And also, I would say that that's also a PC mainly crowd too, as well.
Yep.
I'm thinking more consoles.
But that's not my point. My point is that it's subjective. When we heard about it, the only thing that I saw buzzing about that was, all right, fighting game developers, you ain't got no excuses anymore.
Which is true. There is no more excuses on that. But it does make me wonder when they're actually going to take that leap. Because you can't, if you do it now, that's great, but you're kind of using money you probably could use somewhere else.
Plus, like for a console generation, it's basically on its way out.
Yeah, like
they probably would. I think for something like this, there's no wrong answer. No, there's no wrong answer for that. There's just not as great answers, but there's no wrong answer to when are we gonna have crossplay. It's just a matter of, well, we decided to do it at the next generation. Okay, we decided to do this tomorrow. You know.
Oh no, Shake comes out tomorrow.
I turned to Jess. Why is he saying it like that?
That was a Harada. Julie and Negan came out when they got revealed.
He did do that, didn't
he? No, not Julia and Negan. That was Armory King and
Marduk, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, I bet you guys are wondering when they come out. They come out tomorrow. Ah! Why are my pants tighter?
Only somewhat related. Jess, did you see that tweet that apparently Ed Boon and Ono met up?
Yeah, I'm not. So many people are blowing that out of proportion. It's just a meetup, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but the only reason I think that they're probably like blowing it up more is because Boone trolled or joked that said like was it like street combat or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's probably why.
And Ed Boone's an asshole.
Speaking of which, well, wait till the extra stories because I got something for that actually.
All right. Fair enough.
But as far as crossplay goes, yay, I guess for me.
Just don't put it. Just don't give PC an option for that.
No. Well, okay. If they can do their anti-cheat system really well, sure, combine them. If it's like a predominantly co-op game, say Borderlands, right?
Yeah,
Borderlands.
go nuts.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Go nuts. But any type of competitive anything, you have to have the proper parameters in place. Like Call of Duty, fuck that. Don't do that. That's weird. Don't do that. You're being weird.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that. But like Borderlands, maybe even Warframe,
Mm-hmm.
fighting games if they can get their anti cheat to work properly.
Yeah, if they can do that, then sure, go nuts.
But what I was saying earlier is like when there's every new thing, there's always more problems,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's what it is. It's just new problems to face, new problems for these developers to work through.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Is there anything else we want to add on there?
Thank Fortnite.
No.
Nah, I'm good.
It's all right. Your denial just proves me being right. That's all that is.
Look, your God here. What the fuck?
Well, what? I'm not calling people worthless betas and telling them to get that ass banned. What are you talking about?
He's just saying that if you don't agree with him, fuck you.
Exactly.
No.
You don't have to agree, but you damn will respect it. You ain't got a choice. Bow to our Fortnite guy. I'm fucking with you.
It's like,
Especially with that last thing.
Praise the Fortnite god.
No, I'm good.
It's like you have to believe me. I'm a backer.
That makes it worse.
Come on, what gives us more views other than infighting? Come on.
Fair.
Come on, Jazz. For the views, brother. For the views.
No.
Oh, the one time you don't want the views.
Not those views.
I'm not talking about Fortnite views. I'm talking drama views.
It's surprising they're coming from a Fortnite crowd. So.
Unfortunately, right now the two are one and the same.
Nah.
I'm good.
Look. All we have to do is just ride the wave to monetization, and then we can say fuck them.
Fair enough. On to the next one.
Yep.
On to the next one.
All right. Is character specialist dead? Now, this is a topic that's kind of been going on for almost a couple months now. But it really, I guess, spawned when Tekken was really brought into the limelight with it in the new season 3. Talking about how broken Akuma is and how all the Koreans apparently are trying to pick up Akuma and such and so forth or whatever. And then you have people like Mr. Nat saying that such is dead. Nobody really wants to be a character specialist anymore. It's all about who's going to get the win. Now, my question to you guys is that true at this point in time?
Not entirely.
Well, go ahead.
It's a question with a lot of answers to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think character specialists are dead. It's just that character specialists are just going to be character specialists.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who changes a character for any reason other than wanting to switch a character were never a character specialist to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Yoshimitsu character specialist. I play Negan as well. I'm not a Negan main. I play Katarina and Noctis sometimes. That doesn't make me a Katarina and Noctis main. I just like playing those characters.
Mm.
But I am a character specialist for Yoshimitsu. My YouTube channel has solidified that in stone.
Mm.
Now, if you talk to somebody else and then they're like, "Oh man, Yoshimitsu's the GOAT," this and that, and outside of winning, and they just do nothing but downplay. And you know how much we hate downplayers.
Fuck down players.
Were they really a character specialist in the first place?
Probably not.
My point, how easily my point is made.
Hmm.
Because niggas think that matchup knowledge is or rather just matchups in general is the end all be all for winning games.
Hmm.
And all these people who are switching characters never liked those characters to begin with. It's like all those people who I equate character specialists being dead to the same people who want Lars buffed again. And I'm talking like Tag 2 Tekken 6 Lars, where he was, or Tekken 6 Bob, because Tekken 6 Bob was banned from tournaments, right?
Yes, at one point he was.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about those people who are like, yo, buff these characters, only want those characters buffed to the point where they become borderline unplayable. And then they would use that status as a way to stand on their retarded oh shit, I didn't say that. Stand on their soapbox and act and try to rock this superiority complex that they got.
Nowhere, I'll believe it out.
Please.
But yeah, I agree with that. But what about you, Moods?
Yeah, because for me, honestly, it's kind of I guess you could say it's more based on around your setting. Because, for example, if it's like say Max is playing a fighting game and he really likes, I don't know, say he's playing Sam Show and he really likes Haomaru or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he decides to like devote himself to be a Haomaru main. In his house, playing the game itself and all that stuff, he will absolutely not like switch out Haomaru, because it doesn't matter like the win or lose, he can always just get back up and try again.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's say at a tournament or something like that, I could totally see someone switching their specialty for whatever character's hot right now. Honestly, that's how I think. Like, so it's like, to an extent, character specialist is kind of dead, but that's because it all really depends on like what's on the line. So yeah, because like, what was it? I did specialize like when we were at the tournament at Evo. You kind of did right, Jess? Like with Soul Calibur?
Yes and no. I kind of stuck with Kilik for the most part.
Yeah, because I remember there was one part where you did switch out.
Yeah, and then the next one I got with Kilik, and then switched with Raph.
Right, that's what it was. But yeah, because it all like character specialist. That's what I'm saying. Like, character specialist is kind of dependent on where you are, because if it's at home or somewhere, you can just keep trying again and again. Like, you'll like, absolutely, character specialist is still alive, but if it's something like at a major tournament or something like that, like when money's on the line, when any of that shit is gonna be important to you, people will drop that character if he's not like in the top 3.
And I feel like esports is the reason why esports money legit killed character specialists.
Yep.
I'm kind of on both sides here, really.
No.
But at the same time, I do want to say that I do believe that, at least as far as Tekken goes, I can't talk about with Mortal Kombat or anything like that.
Of course.
But as far as Tekken goes, I think people are over exaggerating the whole character specialist is dead. Yeah. And that's recently, just 3 tournaments in a row, the people who've won have used the character that they're known for, not the ones that people are saying they're going to use.
Yeah. Exactamundo.
I mean, one of the big reasons why, though, is because of how accustomed they are to that character in and of themselves. Because I could, like, if I went online and I went with, like, or, yeah, because if I went online and I played with, like, Urian for a while, I would probably get some good stuff going, but I don't think I'd be doing as well if I play with my Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm more accustomed to it, like the specifics as to what he can do.
Mm-hmm. Which is why in that aspect, I do believe that, quote, the character specialist isn't really as dead as maybe people think that it is.
Is people being driven by money.
Mm-hmm.
People being driven by money will cause them to do anything necessary to get that money.
Which, honestly, in a tournament setting, I don't blame you.
Yeah, well, I'd say money and ego.
Money and ego. Ego will. No, I feel like character specialists would have the highest egos of their character.
Yeah. Because honestly, I've ran into that in tournaments before where it's just like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going with this character, and that's that.
Like, I'd rather
talking.
I'd rather get dead last using Yoshimitsu than being in top 8 with Akuma.
Which honestly, like going off of what you were saying earlier, Mrmoopsy, with me playing Kilik, that was ego. Like Kilik's the worst character in the game. I'm still gonna play him. I might not win. Yeah.
You know what? There's probably a lot of strong evidence behind it.
Yeah, he has the word. Like anything Kilik does, some character can either do better.
Someone can do better.
Yeah, or his situations don't work because of what people do out of them.
Isn't it like more than half his moves are basically like the worst version of Song Mina's?
That too. But like say, because Kilik is supposed to be somebody who can like get up on you and get Oki off of you. But because of the way the system works, Kilik can't do that. And more than often, he's defensive. And that's not where Kilik shines. So he can't play his game plan. And if your character can't play his game plan, it's not really a good character.
Like not a good character at all.
But even still, I still played him at Evo. I lost, but I still feel better about it than, say, losing with some other character. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just try this brain dead character. Let's try Maxi.
Well, let's just try Maxi.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. I won again.
Jess, thank you for not saying nightmare.
Yeah. It's nightmare.
Nightmare is really fucking close.
No, if I said Nightmare, Dratheon would get on my ass. I don't want that.
But you'd get those views, man.
I would get those views.
And they wouldn't be Fortnite views.
You know what? I don't play Soul Calibur no more, man. Fuck them.
What? Eddie's now beefing with Dratheon?
And everybody wins. I get views. This guy gets so pissed. It's just like, all right, I'm finna show this little nigga up. 1v1 me. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna treat it like a fucking joke. I'm suicide stab myself the whole time.
You do that one where like he's spinning around.
Let's Beyblade.
Yo, I will totally fucking Beyblade on anybody. You think I care? Once I throw winning out of the window in Soul Calibur, like that's it. Like it's over for you. I already won the set and I didn't even win a round.
Not gonna lie, all the Soul Calibur talk makes me want to play it.
I don't blame you.
not me. I am so good off Soul Calibur.
But you can find out why that is in his next video that I will not say right now because it's his video.
We can talk about it, but let's save it for the extras, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
But just another example off of Ego. Julia is not a great tournament character, but I played her.
I've been hearing that a lot. Like she's not great for tournaments.
I think you went into it that one time I was having that lobby with my friend, right, Jess? When I was playing Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was there. I think I was there for that too.
Yeah, like if for anybody who's wondering why that is, a lot of times for the good tournament characters, they have something that they can abuse, and like abuse to the point where it's like, I'm doing this and there's nothing you can do about it really. Julia doesn't really have that.
Julia is more of like a outplay you at every stage thing, outplaying you but not abusing you.
Exactly. Like I'm in your head and I'm doing things that are making me outplay you, not like I'm doing this and I'm outplaying you. Like, and that's the problem with a character like Julia in a tournament setting. That might work online because there's a little bit of latency, blah blah blah, such and so forth, a bunch of other things. But offline, you can react to those things, and it's not a good thing for her in a tournament setting. That being said, I don't care. I love Julia. She's my character. I played with her, and I got pretty far with her, I'd say.
That's how
And I will drop her the moment June's announced.
Oh, I'm not even gonna lie. That's gonna happen. The second if she gets announced, I'm sorry, Julia. It was been fun.
You know that one Homer Simpson meme is just like, yeah, Julia. Then he just like backs up into that fucking bush and he just comes back out and then June, like that right there when she gets announced.
That happens. I'm sorry. Anybody who followed me for June,
but that's fair. He was always a June main to begin with. Yeah. Of course, you'll jump to your character that just got announced for the game. That's how the game goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like no one can talk about you not being a character specialist. Your character was never there to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't remind me. That was rough times.
Like lots of times.
Those are rough times.
Dude, when I think you saw the light after Scarlet, and it's just like, yo, I'm having a mental breakdown right now.
A little bit. It's like, oh, I'm getting that. Oh shit.
No, I'd say Scarlet's pretty damn good.
Oh,
but after we hit the extras, there's this particular character sheet that I just stumbled across on Twitter that helped solidify my opinions. But yeah, that
she might be good, but like that definitely not what he's looking for.
Absolutely. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she's bad by any means. She is a good character, especially with her new variation. But she is not the Scarlet I know.
Oh, you're talking about Scarlet. I thought you were talking about Julia.
Oh, Julia, she can be strong, but
I was going to back up the Julia statement by saying, like, to say that Julia is not that great of a character is in a game where every character is great, even Gigas.
Mm-hmm.
And Tekken's the only game to have that.
Mm. Like, even Gigas almost won a tournament recently. Like, come on. Even though I'm saying she's not that great of a character, she's still strong. Like
in a game where everyone is strong.
Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh god, I'm losing because this character sucks. Like Kilik. No, it's not like that. But
no, I'll back that up later. Don't you worry.
Mm-hmm.
What the
hell? But like, I'm with these two basically, kind of in the middle, in a way. So basically, we have three sides.
Yeah, like character specialists are dead, but not for character specialists. Mm-hmm. Character specialists are always going to be a character specialist no matter what. If there was somebody swapping characters, not only were they not interested in the character, the only reason that they're switching is because of esports.
Exactly.
Like esport, I feel like esports is ruining competitive gaming.
Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, I can't disagree with that, honestly.
It's bringing money to our favorite games, which is always great, but at the cost of individuality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which that's how it be. I mean, honestly, you can look at any esports thing, and that's how it is.
If you play Aaron Black, you are the scum of the earth.
Damn. I mean, I can't not disagree with that because that stupid mix-up he has from full screen is stupid.
Any character that has an overhead with a drop kick to your kneecaps is, if you decide to be like, you know what, I want to main that, scum of the earth. That's you. I hope you know what? No.
And even though they did slightly change it, it's not changed enough in my opinion. But it's like, oh yeah, I guess right in EX. Poof, oh shit! Now I'm back in the mix up again.
That's another thing I want to talk about too. For the extras.
Yeah.
I mean, we're almost there anyway, so.
Yeah, I think we've fairly hit most of the stuff for character specialists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
All right, then we can hit our extra stuff.
Go,
Yo,
Eddie.
all right, yo, fuck fighting games. Honestly,
Damn. Not like this. You hate to see it happen.
nah, man,
Mhm.
screw this shit. I do not. As much as I'm getting to the point where I'm understanding Mortal Kombat a little bit better, and
Mhm.
as I understand it more, it just gets worse.
Mm.
So wait,
Uh,
are we saying fuck Mortal Kombat or fuck fighting games in general?
Fuck fighting games in general. That is in Tekken right now. Or actually, as a matter of fact, fuck Tekken 2.
Really?
Tag 2. Tag 2.
Ah,
Tag
okay. I was like, really? That makes more sense.
Nah, man.
I'm with you 100%
Nah, man.
there.
No, because I have an opinion on fighting games now that kind of covers all of them, and because of it covering all of them, most of the time it makes me not want to play any of them.
I can understand that.
I'll probably make a separate video for it too, but because we're on the podcast and this is our three's platforms to speak about things that we don't like and the things that we do like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, since I have you here with me, Jazz, we can just do this together. Tekken Tag 2 has ruined fighting games for me.
I think it's done more.
It's ruined fighting games for me to the point where I am starting to not even enjoy playing them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes,
I'm with him on this. There was a point for Tag 2 that I didn't want to play any fighting games. I'm not kidding. It was literally a mental thing.
Think about it like this, Moops. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is the reason why I play so many RPGs now. Or is the reason why I even play so many co-op games as I do now. Because that game has ruined my perception of fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Almost to the point where it's like I know that I'm smart enough to play any fighting game that I want to on a very high level. And I still say fuck it. Fuck it. It ain't worth it.
And I'm guessing the video you're gonna release is gonna go into details about this.
I'll go into details about it right now because it riles me up that much.
All right.
I have not played a ranked mode since year 1 of Tekken 7.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because the online ranked mode has given me such anxiety to the point where I might have a nervous breakdown if I ever stream a fighting game online again. Outside of playing with friends, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I made jokes about that since we have ad revenue now. If I was to stream a fighting game, I would just run nothing but 3-minute ads, not the entire time, but every time I feel it necessary to run an ad break, I would run the maximum ad break possible. Because if I'm going to sit there and I'm going to suffer in front of a bunch of people who want to see me lose all the time and offer me no type of positive insight, you're going to pay me for it.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Yeah, because that's exactly how I was in Tag 2. Even when I was winning, most people came in there to watch me lose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Oh, what's up?
Well, to add off of that, I honestly think that it was because of the thing that even Leo told me he wished would go back to. It was such a small knitted community.
Oh yeah, because it's expanded so much, and I think the only reason that I was able to survive it was because of I've been through worse. It's like I've been through being called racial slurs on Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're playing a toxic game like that, it kind of hardens you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at the point, and I'm past the point of being sensitive about it, but more along the lines of, okay, well, why subject myself to the struggle if there's no payout?
Mm-hmm.
There is literally outside. What I did for the Yoshimitsu community was out of the kindness of my own heart. and every single person in that Discord knows that. Because I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to make those guides as often as I did, as great as they are. I'm not getting paid for those videos. They got thousands of views on it. I don't get paid for them. I did them to help the community. And that's all well and good. But even then, outside of that, I only play Tekken when my friends ask me. I only play fighting games when my friends ask me. And in Moop's case, not even then. Moops asked me if I wanted to play Soul Calibur the other day. I told him no. Because I'm biometrically opposed to what Soul Calibur is right now. I'm biometrically opposed to what Mortal Kombat is. I can play Tekken, but that's only because I put years into it, and everything makes sense to me there. But yeah, I do not. At least until I get to a point where I feel okay playing fighting games on stream again, I probably won't ever play them at all. I only play Mortal Kombat against like Tyler, and Tyler's a very close friend of mine. Like I've only been playing fighting games with the people that's in my tightest circle, and that's it. Outside of that, I've had no yearning to play them. I only go into practice mode and mash a bunch of combos out. Or for Soul Calibur, I'm going in there and I'm playing Libra of Soul to farm trophies so I can get platinum for that, then get rid of that. Because I don't want to play that.
You and me both. I've been doing that with Cassandra.
You've been doing that with Cassandra? I did Yoshimitsu for the first one. I'm actually using whoever I have some basis of knowledge with. I did the arcade mode trophy. I used Nightmare.
Nice.
That goes back into issues that I have with fighting games as a whole. Because for Tekken, it's the community. Yeah, like the community for Tekken is such a polarizing one. Is that if you're not a top player, you're a scrub. If you're not constantly playing ranked, you're garbage. If you're not getting first place at Tekken World Tours and Evos, you don't matter. We're not gonna support you. I'm only gonna be here if you stream this game, and then that's it. And if you don't stream it, well, I'm not even in here anymore.
I would say that would be true for the FGC as a whole right now.
True for the FGC, but the worst thing about Tekken is the community.
Although
to me,
yeah, I would fight against that because I have seen a lot of good, but at the same time, I'm with you on that when it comes to Tag 2 because of how toxic that community just was. It was just that bad.
Tekken 7 is a lot better now, but I played Tag 2. I was there for the dark days, and it was so dark I couldn't see myself with the light off.
God damn it, Eddie.
Self-deprecating humor is the best humor. All right. I was working with flowers. I want to make this joke when I'm working with flowers one day, and I'm just holding like some flowers in a vase or something like that. It's just like, oh my God, those are really cute. I was like, oh yeah, thank you. I worked it on myself. Oh, you're talking about the flowers. I mean, throughout all of this, I can still make fun of myself. Making fun of myself is awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like making fun of yourself kind of puts you on an equal footing with everyone else. That's why it was so awesome when you guys were roasting me yesterday for dying all the time. It sucked, but it was all in good fun.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, I'm getting destroyed right now. Holy shit! Like this is. But even then, with all that failing I was doing, I wasn't thinking like, oh shit, I'm like really close to having a nervous breakdown. I can't even play ranked games off stream because I get my anxiety just gets blown out of proportion. Like I can take a loss, but I can't take a loss on stream at all.
It reminds me of the time you hit the desk.
Exactly. And I think after that, I calmed down for a bit. I'm surprised I didn't break the plate. The plate is still in this house to this day.
Nice.
But even on top of that, I felt like if a game Because I say this to everybody, if there's ever a game that makes you get even close to doing that, then don't play it.
Mm-hmm.
And while I haven't had the urge to slam my hand on a desk anymore, it's like just playing because it happened at a really toxic time and a really dark time for one of my favorite fighting games of all time. That just like skewed everything for me. That just kind of like put me in this weird point where I don't want to play fighting games at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not Tekken, not Mortal Kombat, not Soul Calibur, none of it. Like, sorry, I'm gonna be on my 27th run of Nier Automata. You can catch me. You can catch me over there having a good time. But even then, I find these fundamental issues with these fighting games, and like Mortal Kombat, block punishing is a myth in that game.
I have to agree with you on that. There's a lot, and it might just be online latency, maybe, because I don't play this game a lot offline. But like
offline, it sucks. It sucks too.
Mm.
And don't get me wrong, learning how frame data worked in that game, and knowing the frame data in the game, and knowing that 6 frames is the fastest move that you can punish with. Yoshimitsu's Flash is 6 frames, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 completely different games. But even then, you can be -20 and still be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how terrible block punishing is in Mortal Kombat 11. It was worse in 10. It was probably even worse in 9.
I would disagree about 10.
Are you talking about 10? Are you talking about 10 XL?
Yes, I would disagree on that one. It was actually way better than this. I remember that clearly. Because literally, I don't know if you remember while I was on stream and I was playing with Scarlet that one time. But there was literally a thing that should be universal in the game that did not work. And that's like, if you block the dick jab or whatever, you should be able to punish with your own dick jab. And it did not work.
No, it doesn't. And then even then, not every character has that anyway.
But literally, in MKX,
they've been making changes to it.
Yeah, but in MKX, there's a universal thing that does work, and it works well. And that's why, like, things work better in MKX than they do in MK11. And I don't know if that's just because they've stretched the Unity Engine 3 to the max it can do, or whatever. But something about that game where block punishing just doesn't work correctly a lot of the time.
No, because you can block a -7 move with a 6 frame punish and only get it 50% of the time offline. Now add latency into there. Hell, you can be playing on a solid 4 bar and you'll still miss that punish that you know you should get. Yeah, like why do that? And then the character that I want to play suffers the most from that because he's just that slow. Yeah, it's a fundamental issue. You can't play defense, and you can hardly play defense in Mortal Kombat. And I watched a video from Tom Brady talking about how silly the game can get because take Gears for example. He has a launching string that is safe on block, but he can also cancel it into another launcher. So it's like what? I block a launcher and my reward is to guess from another launcher? That's stupid.
Jess, I have a question.
What's up?
In light of a better word. Sorry.
You're right.
Well, no, because you finish up, Eddie, and then I'll ask my question.
Go ahead.
Because I was gonna ask because you basically have the same sentiment as Eddie in regards to fighting games right now, right?
No, but I did back then. Back with Tag 2, and I could go into that really, but I let Eddie go first.
Well, no, because the reason because I thought because when I was thinking that you did, I was gonna ask like, what's the fundamental thing that you don't like about Samurai Showdown? That's what I was curious about.
Oh no, I love Samurai Showdown.
No.
No, Samurai Showdown is probably the one game that I can see like, you know what, this makes sense. Even though I'm not great at it, it makes sense.
And that's the biggest issue for me. It's just that shit doesn't make sense in every other game except Tekken. I can take a loss in Tekken. I can lose to my friends I can lose to randoms all day long in Tekken because I put so much time into it. Everything makes sense.
Mm.
But the anxiety of failing is what's keeping me from not necessarily failing, because I fail all the time. It's just the anxiety that comes with it as a content creator. You can only do good. You can only get triple perfect all the time.
Mm.
If you're not getting 7 golden letters, you suck.
Mm.
And it's a mixture of the expectations that I put on myself and the same things and the expectations that other people have put on me over the years.
Mm.
Honestly, I feel like ranking value also has something to do with it.
And ranking too, but I'm scared shitless of going in the rank.
Mm.
Well, that's kind of what I mean, though, because for
Yeah.
me, I'm scared shitless of going into ranked 2 because, like, Jess knows what my problem is with ranked, like, why I keep punishing myself like that.
Mm.
Well, not the why, but he knows what happens.
Yeah.
And I feel like if there was a way for, like, say the next iteration of like Street Fighter, Tekken, whatever, they managed to have like a sort of hidden ranking system in a sense, that I feel like a lot, not everything, but a good chunk of the pressure would actually sort of like dissipate.
Mm. And see, that was me back in Tag 2. That's one of the reasons I literally Tag 2 is one of the few games I can literally say that gave me anxiety. Like, it literally made me think, oh my god, if I lose this, I'm not good. I suck at everything. I literally, it's one of the few games that, Eddie, the way you say, like I was back in that Soul Calibur match you saw, imagine that, but 10 times worse. And that's what Tag 2 would do with me.
That's the same thing that Tag 2 would do for me as well.
Like, it just kept eating at you. Even when you're not playing, it's eating at you.
Mm-hmm. So much to the point where it's like, you see it now. I hardly touch fighting games.
Mm. And I literally, that game literally made me in the exact same position Eddie is in right now. I could not touch a fighting game for a while after that.
And it's like, I could hardly touch a fighting game now, despite being good at them. And I feel like the me now back then would have been able to thrive in it.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was who I was back then, being who I am now is like, no, thank you, not like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a hell of a lot smarter. I'm a hell of a lot more calm than I was back then.
Mm-hmm. And just to put an example of how toxic Tag 2 was, for Tekken 7 now, at least in my opinion, a lot of the times when you go to like streams and stuff and you ask like, hey, is something about such and such frames or something like that, they'll either maybe say, I don't know, or maybe they'll probably point you to someone else, or they'll know and they'll tell you. In Tag 2, the majority of the time, they would tell you to just Google it or learn it yourself.
Assholes.
And literally, that was Tag 2 in a nutshell. You learned it yourself or you sucked. That was it.
I mean, I feel like that explains why I've heard that one of the problems with the Tekken community is elitism.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't blame them. Back in the day, that kind of was the thing.
Yeah.
Like, now I would say at least it's less. It's still there. Don't get me wrong.
But it's nowhere near as potent as it was back then.
Exactly.
And character, and you know what? Going back to one of the old subjects, character specialist in Tag 2 was horrendously dead.
Oh, absolute 100%.
There's no character loyalty in that game. Everybody just slapped Lars with whoever they wanted to use.
Exactly. Honestly, I would say the only person I can 100% say that was a character specialist in Tag 2 was JDCR.
Was who?
JDCR.
Yeah.
And that's because he was Armor King in Heihachi and he never moved from him.
Yeah, he never swapped up at all. Everybody else just kind of like, well, I mean, this character wins really easily, so I'm just gonna play them.
This character has broken damage. All right.
and that's what gets me with these fighting games now. Tekken 7 is despite me speaking about Tekken in such a negative light, it is still a great game. And I still feel like to this day, as it stands right now, it is the only fighting game worth playing if you're looking for balance. If it comes to, I like this character, so I play this character, Tekken is the only game that you can do that in.
And honestly, right now, as far as fighting games go, minus Samurai Showdown, I feel like that one's getting
Uh,
there.
I only speak about games that I play.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, Samurai
Mm.
Showdown is exempt because I don't play that game. Eunice. While I own it, I've only played that game for like a total of like a couple hours, and that
Mm.
does not count. But
Mm.
I've put hundreds of hours into Mortal Kombat. I've put
Mm.
hundreds of hours into Soul Calibur 6. I've put thousands of hours into Tech,
Mm.
bar none. And those are the three main games that I just refuse to just to play.
Mm.
I don't even want to be associated with the FGC 99% of the time. I really don't.
Mm. Which is the way the social media works. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
No, I feel like being in the FGC is a stigma to what I want to be as a brand, as a content creator, and all that.
I would have agreed if it wasn't for the fact I've been in person to these events.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Offline community and all that.
Yeah. Like if it
And
was just online only, I'm 100% with you.
I
But
feel like if I was able to do this offline, I think I'd probably develop a love for it again. But as I stand right now, not being able to do that,
mm.
that shit's for the birds.
No, I get you.
And even then, like I came across like I've reamed into Tekken and I've reamed into Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's balance is getting a little bit better, but it's still abysmal.
Mm-hmm. They're still tops and they're still bottoms.
Yeah, they're still tops and there's still bottoms. It's just that the bottoms are catching up slowly, but the top characters are, while they're being nerfed slightly. I get it, don't neuter a character, but this is a design from the ground up issue.
Mm-hmm.
And but now I'm about to go into Soul Calibur, and Soul Calibur, would you believe me if I told you that I believe that Soul Calibur is balanced better than Mortal Kombat right now?
No, because I would agree.
Yeah.
And before anybody says it's not because I'm a fanboy or anything, I loved Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat X. I still play it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Mortal Kombat 11 right now, and I would agree with that statement.
And it's like the only good thing about Mortal Kombat is just that getting in the games is just so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to play a character. I play a character that I like because I have switched from Shao Kahn to Cabal.
What interesting.
Well, Cabal lets me play the game better.
No, I'm not saying like that. That's just like, wow, what a change.
Yeah, Shao Kahn to Cabal. Kotal Kahn is better than Shao Kahn now.
Which is funny because he used to be the worst character in the game.
People said that about Kano, and I heavily disagree. From there.
When people said that about Kano, I was literally just saying, like just talk that shit somewhere else.
Like y'all are some
man.
down players. Y'all are some down players. That's all that is.
Like at least with Kotal, I could literally see, okay, that's not good.
Like Kotal Kahn had the tools, he just didn't have the frames.
The frames, some of the stuff would whip on characters randomly.
Yep.
Like literally, it was not good looking for Kotal Kahn. And then they finally fixed them, and now he's good.
I mean, I also feel like one of it's kind of a fundamental problem with NRS games, in my opinion, that an aspect of it is they also build like the wonkiest fucking animations on some characters.
I agree. It's one thing I'll say about most Mortal Kombat games. From 9 up, something about these animations feels so stiff.
Like fucking like I don't remember if it's front kick or back kick, whichever one X is on standard.
Mm-hmm.
But like crouching X on Terminator, nobody in the history of existence kicks like that. But for some reason they thought, let's make him kick like this.
That's because they stole that thing from Jason.
Yeah, I've heard that like Terminator is essentially Jason.
Yeah, like that kick literally is Jason's down 3.
No, you don't, Roddy. Shut up.
Wasn't some of his punch strings similar to Jason's too?
One of his main strings that he uses is literally Jason's like 1-2-1, like in
Yeah,
his third variation.
I figured as much. That doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, but that's not a thing to me. Reusing animations, I don't care about that.
Which honestly, like
I don't,
the Terminator and Jason, they would probably fairly fight the same. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just reusing animations is just not something that I'd bitch about. Just like, well, you use this in this other game. Like, well, if it's well, to me, it's just like, well, shit, Nick. If you already got something good, like, why replace it with? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
If it's a good ass animation, why not use it again?
Exactly.
For me, it kind of depends on the situation. Like because Terminator would move sluggish like Jason, it makes sense to me. But if it was like, say, all of a sudden Ryu starts moving like Chun-Li, then like,
okay, yeah, that would be a problem.
Yeah, I would have a limit for that kind of shit. Yeah.
That's an exception. That is a clean ass exception to the rule. But anyway, yeah, like I don't like being punished for defense. And Mortal Kombat is a game that will definitely punish you for defense. They even say in the tips, blocking gets you nowhere. It's like, yeah, you're right, because I can't punish it. I have to mash. I have to counter hit everybody.
And then, like, a lot of people will be like, well, just learn how to flawless block. Do you know how hard that really is? Especially online?
I also imagine that...
On top of them changing it in the latest patch?
Exactly.
I also imagine that some of this has to do with the whole thing that Max has said about making games too easy for the public.
Oh, yeah.
Making games too easy? Yes.
Because honestly, that is another big problem I have with Mortal Kombat, which is everybody's kind of doing the same thing. They're like, you play a Terminator, you know what to expect, basically.
Yeah. Like if you played against one Gears player, you played against them all.
Oh, here comes that down one.
But even then, as casual as Mortal Kombat is, that's another issue that I have with it too. I feel like it's so much easier to lose in Mortal Kombat. Like, everybody whined at Tekken for having comeback mechanics, but Mortal Kombat? Come on. Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur have way more severe comeback mechanics than that.
Which are going to get changed in Soul Calibur. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, they're going to add a new mechanic that will help that.
I wouldn't like it if they kept reversal edge in the game.
See, and the thing is, you know me, I'm against you on this.
I know you're against me on that, but I want that gone.
You know it's not.
Objectively, I want it gone. Because that's
objectively
I want it gone. No matter what. I don't care. Fuck you and your thoughts. All right. I see you giggling over there. I hear you, nigga. But okay, right. Soul Calibur time, right? Yeah, there's this chart that I came across just online, right? And it's Azwell's the first character to get 10 notable tournament wins. He is currently leading by a large margin. This is some silly ass balancing to me.
And see, I would agree with that if we haven't gone to the recent tournaments that have been happening.
If what?
If you go to the recent tournament wins that have been happening, he hasn't been winning since, really. Ever since Utoto came to the scene, Aswell's been kind of out of top 8s and stuff.
But it's crazy just how many tournaments he's won over people that are even playing the other characters.
Which I think that's because a lot of people don't know the matchup. Now, don't get me wrong, he's still a busted ass character. Probably the most busted in the game.
But hence his wins. Look at that. And Nightmares in second. Moops, you ain't safe.
But I literally consider it to Akuma right now. Akuma is probably most people's opinion like the most busted character in the thing, and it's Akuma, however you say his name, Super Akuma.
Super Akuma. Fuck him.
Yeah, that guy. He's probably like the most known Akuma player, and he's like bodying like some of the Korean players. But then you have somebody like Joe Plex. Joe Plex knows the matchup in and out, and he's bodying Super Akuma like literally every time, 10-0. And that's literally what's happening with Azwell. Somebody knows the matchup, and they're bodying him. And I think that's the problem with that like chart. Those people who are fighting Azwell do not know the matchup.
Don't know how to fight Azwell. I think I know how to fight Azwell more than some of these people do.
Actually, because doesn't that the whole matchup against Azwell thing? Doesn't that kind of wasn't there someone that recently that said that that's an aspect of modern fighting games that's kind of gone by the wayside, which is like you actually just learn the character to know how to beat the character.
Exactly. Which is honestly going back to character specialists. Literally. Like that kind of has gone away. It's just like this character is busted, not, well, let's see what this character is about. Like that's kind of gone away now.
Yeah, it has. And here I thought Ivy would be higher on this list.
But see, and the thing is, that's just because of people like Sane and I can't remember who the other person is, but it's like people like those who are actually doing good with them. Outside of them, you don't see Ivy players.
Right.
Although there's another stigma about that, which I'm not going to go into.
What stigma is that? Like Ivy mains like to get stepped on or something?
No, they're all gay.
What?
Really?
Yes.
What the hell is that about?
That it's a thing that kind of popped up recently in the last couple of months that most Ivy mains are gay. And
Like
it kind of
they're all gay. It's just like, what?
It kind of doesn't help that the main ones are gay.
I wouldn't have even known that they were gay had you not told me. The only gay person I know is Sonic Fox, and that's because he tweeted on it.
It's like it's been 30 minutes. Gotta tweet I'm gay again.
Just woke up. Oh, it's still gay.
He
puts his fingers on his neck like he's checking his pulse. Yep, still gay.
Yep. Yes,
I'm
still
like it just to respect his their pronouns. Fucking Christ, Edward.
Oh yeah, pronouns.
Fucking Christ. I fucked it up and got it right in the same statement. Like, and it's like it's not even out of disrespect for them. It's just like Sonic's "I'm gay" counter just goes on cooldown.
Exactly.
It's just like ding. Oh shit! My "I'm gay" ability has been activated again. Time to tweet it. Like hey, Sonic Fox says trans rights. Also, I'm gay.
Exactly. But no, that's the stigma when it comes to Ivy players.
I wouldn't. I don't. Does that count? I feel like sexual orientation shouldn't count as a stigma towards somebody. When I just think Ivy's a bitch to go up against.
Which
I'd have to agree.
I'm definitely not gonna say that's not the case because
rather if it is a stigma, it shouldn't be a stigma. That's a stupid reason to stigmatize somebody. That's like saying Yoshimitsu players are black for some weird reason, and the only people that do that are me and Boom, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is it with these Negroes in playing demons? Like, what is up with this?
Yeah, only Ken players can get that
stigma. But that's more of my point. That is stupid. That is outright stupid.
Like, don't give me. I'm not agreeing with this. Before we go any further,
I don't like that actually. I am even as a straight man, I'm not even okay with that. Okay, cool, fine. I'm not straight. I'm also homosexual because I love my nigga.
And I accept him for who he is. So fuck y'all who don't.
Like, Jazz, I'm telling you, when I meet you, I'm jumping into your arms, nigga. You better catch me.
I'll be in full ninja suit, so you won't know who I am.
Like, what? You just gonna let me fall to the ground like those old school cartoons? Let me make a fool of myself? How dare you? I thought you loved me.
We'll go to a con and it's and Eddie sees just like a an average Mexican and a giant ass ninja.
We're on like that giant arcade machine. We just see what's Eddie doing.
Or no, it's like that Simpsons joke where it's like, I'm gonna dress like a ninja, then I'll just look for the lone ninja, and if I make other people just like,
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That kind of put me on a tangent there. I don't like. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think about why that infuriates me so much. It just does.
because I almost feel like it makes it seem like I can't play Ivy now because I have to be gay.
Exactly. Like that's what I was going to allude to. It's like I know somebody plays Ivy. He's literally not gay.
You know what? I think it's because the three of us know what it's like to have unfair holy shit, unfair stigmas against us. It's stupid. It's oh man, I almost said it again. Caught myself. I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better. But that is dumb.
Oh, very dumb.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're a Nightmare player, then you deserve all the stigma.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh man.
Like it's like Nightmare mains are like those edgy people in high school who always talk about cutting themselves, but their arms are fine. Like they weren't really about it. They just wanted attention. I'm trying to call Mrmoopsy an attention.
No. I'm actually reading this list.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. What is 2, 4, and 5? What is that? Okay, character stat. Wait, what?
Character stats. Characters who's won, top 2 to top 4, and then top 5 to top 8.
Okay, this is automatically wrong on a lot of the bottom ones.
Ooh.
How?
Drama alert.
Because
Kilik wrong, please. I want it wrong.
Kilik hasn't been in the top 2 since the game came out.
Then
and
wait, hold on.
Does Eddie not fed his list?
Oh, like I said, I got this from somebody else. This isn't my list.
No, but you should have read how old the list is.
Character appearances in top 8. If it's that old.
Yeah, some of this is wrong.
Well, hey, it ain't the first time I've been wrong. Anyway, back to my hatred for fighting games.
Yeah, I don't know where he got this data though, but oh well.
There's a like tournament Ultimate Fighting Arena 2019. Champion Nubicide with Azwell. Electric Cancel, Blue Guy won with Azwell. Otaku, MT Fighter won with Shanghua. Someone won with a skill won with Mitsurugi.
Wait, did you say CEO Otaku?
CEO Otaku 2019, MT Fighter won with Shanghua.
Why do I feel like that's not correct? I'm gonna have to look into that. I feel like that's not correct.
Okay.
Yeah, put it on the description below.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the Google document. That's what that side link that was in there. And the rest of the top 8 was Collab with Azeroth, Party Wolf with Grow. For CEO Otaku, Jetstream Sal with Siegfried, Cry Wolf with Azwell, Erisu with Grow, Rids with Tira, Tectal, Eastside with Shanghua, also with Shanghua.
And that's not accurate to Party Wolf, because Party Wolf used Azwell in top 16.
From top 16 on through?
No, just in top 16. Once you hit top 8, it was all Grow.
Wait. For CEO Otaku, and you said Party Wolf used Azwell from top 16 on the way up?
Like, he used him once because of a matchup, and then he lost. So he just went with Grow for the rest of the time.
For the rest of the top 8?
Yeah. Well, like going 16 to top 8.
But Party Wolf's in top 8 with Grow.
Yeah. I thought you said he was in top 8 with Azwell as well.
No, not Party Wolf.
Okay. Yeah, I misheard you then. That's just like, wait,
Oh,
that
God.
doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
He's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, he used Aswell in top 16 and Grow for top 8. I was like, that's what I said. Listen to me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like this balancing. This balancing is shit to me.
Mm.
And it's like, I'm not, like, I don't want to play these games.
Mm.
If I got to sit there and I have to suffer, I'm sorry, not necessarily suffer, because everyone suffers,
Mm.
but to be punished for playing the character that I want to play, as opposed to being rewarded for being good with the character, but because someone is using Aswell as busted as he is, despite knowing the matchup somewhat, it's still a rough time.
Mm.
But the design gameplay, this
Yeah.
from a gameplay perspective, I don't want to deal with that.
No, I understand you. But I will say the Azwell thing is being blown a little bit now when you compare it to some other players right now.
Okay, do you feel like my opinion should be just a tiny bit more validated because I went into the lab, came to the conclusion, and it's just like, okay, I don't want to play this game.
Yes, to an
And also,
extent.
I said that's why I said just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like how I came to the conclusion wasn't necessarily because I'm not winning, but because of the things that I ran into in the lab, and it's just like, whoa, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Like I could see it to an extent, and it
It
does
should
validate a little bit, but I don't think
that
it
doesn't.
completely validates it.
I mean, not completely, no. Just my own personal reasons as to
Yeah.
why I'm like, okay, I'm not. No, that it's not objective at all. Just like, you know what? I think Aswell sucks,
Mm.
and I, for one, don't care for the glory of the human race.
As you shouldn't, because fuck them kids.
Because fuck them kids. Agree. I agree wholeheartedly. But yeah, like I'm falling less and less in love with fighting games as time goes on.
Hmm.
To the point where I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to play fighting games anymore.
I want a divorce.
I just wanted a divorce from fighting games. You can keep the kids.
Yeah, man, fuck them kids.
But no, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Maybe
yeah.
it's because I'm getting older. I think that's what it is.
Also possible, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything else you want to add on that one?
Nope.
Alrighty. Anything you wanted to add, Moops?
I feel like I used to have stuff, but then I didn't take notes, so I lost it, so I don't have anything.
Hey, you're just like me right now.
Do what I do. Keep the notes in your heart.
Alrighty, I guess you can move on to another a story that I wanted to do extras on, but just scheduling a life happened. So screw you if you wanted us to do this. But I did want to go on the whole season 3 not having guest characters for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I
think
go ahead.
I think that's good.
And why so?
We already have enough guest characters.
Fair enough.
It's a real simple thing. You're going just like every guest character that was in the game, someone was unhappy about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the internet in general, though.
Yeah.
You can say that for the characters, the original characters.
Like, hell, even some of the original characters being in the game, people don't like.
I don't like Marduk.
He hates that June's not in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why is Marduk in it? June is it? Fuck that nigga.
My point made. So if we're getting more returning characters, we should get more returning characters because I think this might be the final season for Tekken.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
And it's like it's like Tekken 7 doing well. It's just like, okay, cool. We can do these things now. We can do something nice for season 2. Hey man, you guys killed it. Supported the game. very well. This is awesome. We're gonna do even more dream stuff for you guys.
Mm.
Season 3. Hey, you guys have been with us from the long run. Hey, this is gonna be a fan service one,
Mm.
and bringing no more guest characters because we have all the hype that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the hype that we want.
Yep.
We got what we needed though.
Mm-hmm. But I will say though, I do wonder. It does make me wonder what the last character is going to be even more now.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care at this point. It's just like I'll be all right with whatever.
Which is fine. I mean, you have Yoshi. You should be.
Yeah.
This wasn't even like a main kind of thing. It's just that because there aren't going to be no guest characters, anybody that's going to be in there is the fact that the game is getting more content. Speaking objectively, is always going to be a great thing.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm with you on there. It's like I'm going off of what we know basically. Which I mean, with Tekken, that could go really up in the air, really at this point. Mm-hmm. But it's like this character is coming with a stage, so they have to at least be important enough for that to happen, right?
I imagine like because last time we said that it would be June. There is also a chance that it could be an ogre.
I was thinking that, and I don't know if the fan base is big enough for ogre. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, because in regards to the fan base, who knows? But in regards to like characters that would most likely have their own stages,
yeah, definitely up there. Definitely up there. I'm with you there.
It's like, I was gonna say maybe ogre, but then I thought Mrmoopsy's thinking this, so fuck you.
No, because honestly, what I was thinking, like, if it wasn't like say those two or a boss character per se, then maybe it's another brand new character.
Do you think some of the Tekken mobile game characters ever come to the game?
It's possible. And the reason I say it's a reason I've brought up multiple times, but the reason I say that is that there was a huge buzz going for a while of this character design that was floating around Tekken Mobile. And I can't think of her name at this moment, but it was like supposed to be a female Taekwondo character.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was like, is this going to be the next character that's going to be added into Tekken? And that started going, people started asking Arata about it, and it started to really get a good buzz going. And it has never really gone away, although it has died down a bit. But it does make you wonder that if maybe, just maybe, they have this character finally come out, and she's maybe a successor per se to Bak Tosan, or however you say his name.
Bak Tosan.
That right there. And we'll go ahead.
Well, what about Horong? What about him? Do people not care about him?
People care about Horong, but at the same time, those two characters play differently.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want another Taekwondo character in the game. We have one, and that's enough.
I am indifferent to it.
Man, shut your ass up.
Hooray, indifference.
I'm indifferent to your indifference. You suck. All right.
But I'm not saying it's going to be her by chance. I'm just thinking that maybe it's a possibility. It's a brand new character. Somebody who's going to be important enough, maybe in Tekken 8 or something. I don't know.
I mean, because I will say that the fact that Leroy is a thing kind of helps. It leaves the door open for that.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, thanks to Leroy, that kind of made me even think about it a little bit in the first place. It was just like, wow, brand new character to Tekken. We haven't had that in a while.
Also, apparently, Rowdy says that if that girl comes in, she better be cute.
Have you not seen her, Rowdy?
I don't think so.
Hold on. Let me. Well, while I'm doing that, Mrmoopsy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I can take it or leave it. Since I'm barely picking up the game since I'm learning because of the stick
Mm-hmm.
that I can, because one of the things that did sort of attract me to playing Tekken 7 was all the guest characters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something that would be a bonus if they added some more, because we've had those talks about like, oh, it's gonna be Tifa this time around and all that shit. Let me enlarge the picture.
Yeah, post another one too. While you're going
Yeah. And then and it, even though it's like new characters now, I'm just like, okay, yeah, you know, because I play Tekken, but I mean like super casual about it. I've pretty much just done treasure battle ever since I got the game,
Mm-hmm.
and outside of that, like I'm okay with it because I guess I'm indifferent to it because it doesn't really affect me.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that would like affect you guys because you guys are the Tekken players, but for me, it's something where I can just go with whatever.
Which makes sense. And I posted that last one because Rodeo was a new Tekken Mobile character in the game when this was first put in, but he wasn't in the game yet. And then he got added later on. So there was another picture I wanted, but I can't freaking find it. There it is.
Plot twist. That's just gonna be young Joe.
Jeez.
Now we're gonna add time travel to Tekken.
I mean,
Oh, come
would that
it
be
ain't
the
worst
weirdest?
thing.
People survived volcanoes. We fought a tiny dinosaur and a giant dinosaur.
Add some like Aztec alien.
Plus, people turn into devils.
You gotta understand, a moody teenager with daddy issues beat up a literal god of fighting.
Exactly. Like, time travel would be probably the least weirdest thing at this point.
Like, we have 80-year-old men clapping demon MILF cheeks. Like, it ain't all that weird.
I mean, that's probably how they're gonna bring back Heihachi.
Literally, this is what I say when it comes to Tekken. And it literally, thanks to Kazumi, I could literally say this. It doesn't matter if a character's dead or not. They get one flashback, and that's it. They're back in the game.
They're just anime characters, man. Have you ever noticed in any anime where there's always a hero? You know how they always get stronger? Fucking flashbacks, dog.
Exactly.
That's mostly Naruto.
Yeah.
How easily my point is proven.
I wasn't disagreeing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like flashbacks. Like, I'm over here trying to have flashbacks so I can transform into the next best version of myself.
Well, I'll say this: it's mostly Naruto, and that one time that caused people to get pissed off at Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah.
I chose to forget that. Thanks, Moops.
And now I'm sad again.
Look at what you done did.
Now you can beat him in Soul Calibur. He can't fight through all those tears, man.
But like, that's literally, like, anybody who's even worried to the slightest bit that Heihachi might not come back in Tekken 8, he's coming back. I promise you.
Yeah, realism's never been a fighting game's strong suit.
Like, why flashback?
And like another one I would throw in, different game, but Mortal Kombat. We were supposed to have a villain, Raiden. What the hell happened to that?
Exactly. Whoops, scrap that idea.
In the first 30 minutes.
Like, they set that whole thing up at MKX. Like, oh man, I can't wait to see what happens here. Whoops.
What do you mean he's not good?
Sorry about that. We have Chronica now. Who was originally a dude. Let me just tell you that right.
What?
Chronica was originally a dude.
So what you're telling me is that Chronica is trans now.
Hey. Titan shit.
Hey, look. Trans rights, guys.
Sorry, Fox still gay.
Nah, man. What trans rights means to me is that you're still gonna get made fun of, niggas. Like that. Hold that.
Oh, absolutely. Hold that L.
Man, Chronica sucked as a villain. She was awful.
I could go all over Mortal Kombat 11 story, but I'm not going to because we'll be here all night.
The only thing I will say is I like the ending.
I destroyed. Fucking jackass. I like the yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely right on that. No, I've grilled Mortal Kombat's gameplay enough to go after the story. Come on.
I have a petty thing about the ending. I'm not gonna say it's super petty.
Wait, the ending to the actual core story?
Yeah, like there's something that should have happened, almost similar to something that should have happened in Terminator's ending, but like a little nod to the audience. But it's super petty.
I forgot it.
Well, basically, depending on which ending you get the best ending. It's him and Katana, right? And it kind of pans out, all things well and good. They should have kissed. Let's be honest here.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I can see that. That is kind of petty though. It's both.
Liu Kang just went like throw deep into that Nadinian throat, dog.
Exactly.
Like,
come on.
I thought you were gonna say like he like threw her onto a rock and just bent her over.
That would also be acceptable. He's earned it.
As many timeline bullshits he's been in.
God damn it, he's earned it at this point. If there's any character in any game that deserves to clap cheeks, it's Liu Kang.
As much shit as he's been through, literally dying in another timeline by getting his neck snapped and shit. It's so much. He's died to Raiden in more timelines than he can handle.
Like they even show that in the story.
Yeah, like just imagine being killed by every villain imaginable at least once, and you know about it. It's just like, hey, you want it, like that, like Mr. Stark one, yeah, the one in a million.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like you lose all of those, but this is the one you win. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make the best of it.
Dude, Jess, imagine if Marvel people stole that plot point from Mortal Kombat.
No, jeez, they did come out at the same time. Oh man, but that's what I was thinking. It's petty. Yes, it is petty, but come on.
No, I'm kind of like exactly where you are. It's like, is it necessary for the story? Absolutely not. Would you have liked to see that? Yeah.
Like he deserves it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know who doesn't deserve it?
Who that?
Jin Kazama. He doesn't deserve anything.
He's in a weird spot. I'm kind of with you on this one, but he's kind of in a weird spot.
I'm fairly certain Ling Xiaoyu is like, yo, I love you so much. Take me now. And he's just like, hey, hold that thought. I need to kill my dad real quick.
Well, at the same time, when you go to their history, you kind of see why.
Plus, I mean, his dad could harass him with that multi-billion-dollar corporation he runs. So,
didn't he win Tekken 6?
No, he won Tekken 5.
Wait, who won Tekken? Jin won Tekken 5? I thought who won Tekken 6? Did nobody win Tekken?
Technically, nobody won Tekken 6.
I guess Zafina did now that she's in Tekken 7 with Azazel's hand.
Exactly.
Imagine the crazy things she could do to your balls with that thing.
I'd rather not.
You niggas don't like the party. Look, that's all. That's all that is.
Rowdy.
But I can see your point on that one, though, Eddie. He's in a weird spot.
In a weird spot, he's not even clapping cheeks that's even being offered to him.
To be honest, who is clapping cheeks other than like the other Mishimas way early in Tekken? Like in fighting games, clapping cheeks is not a thing, really.
You know what? I know what it is. Amas get their cheeks clapped. Mishu must clap cheeks. That's what it is.
And he's a Kazama.
Yeah, I mean, think about it like this: Kazumi. Well, I mean, Kazumi's not a Kazama, but she's just like some crazy demon lady.
Yeah, that's a weird one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Bajun cheeks clapped. Oscar
Mm.
cheeks clapped by Lily.
Don't tell that to Looney. She'll get so mad.
It's like cheeks clapped in this fan fiction, right? Got
Right here.
Yeah, but she's a down player. Fuck her. Clapped. All right. Now Jin, last name Cosmo. Sure, he has devil blood in him. Who cares about that? Cheeks clapped.
By who though? How wrong?
I was thinking Lars at first, but that's also like a really good answer.
I forgot about Lars.
Everybody forgot about Lars.
He is technically a Mishima per se. He is in the family.
Wow.
Lars is like the main man Sui of the Tekken story.
He really is.
Did I make that joke mostly because they're both Swedish? Yes.
It's so accurate though.
Are they both seen as equally unimportant but also very good people?
I can see that.
People shit on the main men like they shit on Lars. I don't know what it is about Sweden, but people don't like Sweden.
Didn't they give up in war or something?
I think they were like neutral.
Yeah. Nobody likes neutral
Oh,
people.
that's why. That's why they're just like, hey, we're gonna stay neutral in this war. Fucking pussies.
Exactly.
Like either win or lose.
Well, 'cause I was just gonna say, like, just like a fact I've heard that I think is like, I forget if it's like Sweden, Norway, one of those fucking like Norwegian countries that apparently like people don't fuck with them because they're like stupid strong in reality.
Probably Norway.
Then why didn't they get involved with the war?
I don't know. You're right.
I know why they didn't get in the war. They spent all that time just in the gym, just getting games.
We'll be there as soon as we get this rep done.
I thought you were gonna say like they're spending all their time making meatballs or something.
Damn.
Oh hell no! No. They just like, hey, there's a war going on. Yeah, but I got like 3 more sets to do.
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. So like they can talk to me after my workout. That lasted a very long time. We don't talk about that.
But, we are off tangent, way off tangent. Anything about anything else about season 3?
It'll be nice for the replays to come in.
Yeah, which I'm guessing is probably going to be in the next update.
Mm-hmm. I was also hoping that the character stats thing wouldn't only translate into rank, but just as you as a second player.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was thinking to myself, that's like, oh, cool, so it's just going to go up, and then it never went up in any of my player matches. So I was just like, are you serious? Just rank?
What'd you say?
Well, I was saying that I was hoping it would be like in general, other than like maybe offline.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's literally just ranked, and that's not helpful in my opinion, because you're not just playing ranked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it'd just be better if it was just across the board, because like, and that kind of doubles down on the whole ranked stigma, the ranked anxiety thing that I had going on earlier.
Like I'm literally stuck in C's.
Everyone's stuck in C's.
I don't get it. That was weird. That was a weird choice. But I guess we can move on to another one, which is probably going to be extremely short. I had like a bunch of them, but now I can't remember any of them. So we're just going to go to this fun one, which is
Maybe we should do like an extras or something.
Yeah. But the next one I had was, everybody knows, I think, about the Konami kind of renewing the Silent Hill license, and they were wondering what they were going to do with it, right? Well,
slot machines.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I think everyone's assuming that, yeah.
No, this is confirmed.
This is a confirmed thing. They made a slot machine.
Well, no, I mean, I get that they made that they did confirm it, but even if you just told me, like they just renewed the license, I would have instantly just guessed they're just gonna do slot machines.
I was hoping for Pachinko machines.
Oh, well, fair enough. You're right.
But they made a slot machine. It's a thing now. They said,
Oh
"Fuck
boy.
yo, microtransactions and shit. We're going straight to the source."
Yeah. Next gen microtransactions. Fuck you.
So if anybody was wondering about that, that's where it is.
Silent Hill is dead.
That sucks.
It really does. Like that series deserves so much better.
I mean, because I remember when, like, around the whole 2012, 2014 period where Capcom was getting tons of shit.
Mm-hmm.
People were like saying fucking stuff like, "Oh man, somebody should buy the Street Fighter IP. Somebody should buy the Mega Man IP and all that shit."
Mm-hmm.
If there's ever been a company that needs to get all their IPs fucking bought out, it's fucking Konami.
Oh, absolutely. They have too many gems that just die.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know they're just gonna abuse them for bullshit anyway.
Absolutely. It's fucking Konami, man. But, let's see. What else is there? Oh, yeah. Borderlands 3 is selling extremely well, despite all the hate they was getting for the Epic Store. And it's also overheating Xboxes. So fuck you, Xbox. No, I'm just playing.
That and PC had like some spyware issue too.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Borderlands 3 had quite a interesting month.
I am so glad I'm waiting till Steam.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm about to say, apparently you're not in the majority because apparently it's sold extremely well on Epic Store.
No, yeah, like I'm like I heard that. I'm just saying that but like that doesn't. It's selling well on Epic doesn't fix all the other fucking spyware bullshit problems.
Which I haven't really dived into this because mainly I was tired as hell when I saw it. But apparently there's been word that that's not completely true anymore now.
Okay.
About the Epic Store being all like spyware virusy things and whatnot. Like I said, it was literally like 2:00 in the morning. I was like, oh, look at that. I need to go to bed.
Is that a bed I see?
But apparently, according to some sources and whatnot, that's kind of being a falsified, like a false thing that's going around now. But maybe next time in the extras I'll go over that. But I think that's it. All I can remember as far as small stories. Anything y'all have?
No, I'm good.
I'm good too.
All right. Then we can close it out, then. Mrmoopsy.
All right. So, thank you everyone that joined us. This has been episode 25 of the No Name Podcast. What do we have for plugs, boys?
Well, as far as Ion goes, I hit 100 subscribers now, so yay.
Cheers to that shit.
Thank you, good sir. But as far as the outro goes, I've hit a snag. And
no.
It's mainly like the actual video part of it has been done like weeks ago. The problem is music. Music has become quite a trek right now. Either because I don't like what I've gotten, YouTube is copywriting everything, or something in between. So the second I can get through that hurdle, it'll be in a video like saying thank you for my 100 subscribers and that. So look for that. And I'm still doing a lot of horror stuff. Like later after this, I'm probably gonna do some Terradrome on stream. And then yeah, happy October, everybody! I can't wait for my birthday.
Hooray! Where you get all old and shit.
Yeah, it's so depressing.
With your old ass.
No. I guess for Eddie next.
I don't have much of anything planned right now because I have been applying for so many jobs.
Word.
And not even getting fucking emails back on most of them. And it's like I'm just going through it right now. So much to the point where it's like I'm trying to use streaming in the ad revenue to try to make some money off of it. I'm actually this isn't like an incentive or anything like that, but as it stands right now, I need to make $40 more somehow, some way, or whenever I get around to it, to be able to get another payout.
Mm.
And then after that, remember that Twit card thing that I was talking to you about, Jazz?
Mm.
A good amount of that money would go to that.
Nice.
And like when I get that, I'd be able to either work in chemical plants or like do security or something like that.
Nice.
And
Send me
because
some toxic waste.
say what?
Send me some toxic waste.
You will
I
not
won't.
become a superhero.
You don't know that.
Ask me all you want. I'm not doing that.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge.
No, that sounds like a definitive.
Like, no, that wasn't a challenge. That was a statement. There's a difference.
Like the
As
Indian
in,
Tiny challenge.
as in, I'm not doing that at all whatsoever.
Get ready for 4 a.m. messages.
What? People have sent me porn before. I don't know what's up with that. People woke me up at 4 a.m. for dumber things.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't even touched God Eater at all. I haven't touched much of any. Well, I've been on Monster Hunter. That's all I've been doing.
Nice.
I've just been playing Monster Hunter, enjoying Monster Hunter, having fun, and I'm just like, Jesus, like that's it. Like that's all I've been doing. That's all I've been enjoying doing. Anything else just comes off as a pain in the ass to me because right now where I'm at, it's just not gonna help.
Yeah, fair enough.
Though I am trying to stream more. And outside of the podcast and trying to get you guys to stream more, I would stream damn near every day.
Good. I guess that would be last for Mrmoopsy then.
All right, so I've been working on some drawing stuff that I'm gonna be putting on my Twitter. I'm like halfway done through one of them. Jess knows the one.
Yeah.
I just need to color it and put it in the background. So I guess it's more like a third done. But anyway, semantics. Also, I am also beginning to work on that Street Fighter V compilation video, which I've hit some snags, but at the same time, I kind of wanted those snags, if I'm perfectly honest. Weird explanation, but anyway. So I'm working on that. I'm working on the drawings. I'm gonna be streaming Titty Fighter 6 on Tuesday with Jazz. So look forward to that. I know I am.
Titties.
Yes. I also would want to throw an apology to Jazz for the whole fucking having to dip out last minute on the RE5 thing. We gotta try and reschedule that.
Yeah, we'll do it when we do it.
Yep. I just want to get it done before October ends because it's all spooky month and shit.
Spooky. Shout out to Kuma.
Yep.
Don't make me marry you.
And I'm thinking at some point, because I think at some point I'm gonna try and like stream some more Smash Brothers too, but considering that the current character out right now is Banjo, I'm not all that invested to get back in.
Ooh, November. When's Terry?
I know, right? But I mean, I should probably start playing like some casual shit. But I don't know. I'll try to get some stuff going, and also try to get my my friend Gummy to get some more lobbies and shit going, because I do kind of want to play Dragon Ball Fighters with him.
Nice. Bardock City.
No Gogeta. Best fusion. Don't add me.
I'm totally adding you right now.
No, you bastard. Is that a threat or a promise? What the hell, Roddy?
It's a lie.
And it's a thought. And yeah, I'm gonna try and throw in like some other. God damn it, fucking Rowdy. God damn it, you and Rowdy both. You guys suck. I'm gonna be trying to throw in some more fighting games into like more variety into my shit because it's not like a whole I'm getting tired of like Street Fighter 5 thing. It's just how can I put this? I just wanted to throw in some more variety.
Makes sense.
Because I mean, like I do have this like unhealthy tendency of like starting up a lot of projects and then not following through as much, which I gotta fucking cancel that shit.
Yeah, why we always gotta cancel people for tripping over things all the time? Why can't we cancel the lack of solidarity? Why can't we just like cancel not doing things? Let's cancel that instead. Let's cancel culture that shit.
I mean, I will also say though that I've had some stuff to take care of here at home, so I'm not gonna say that I've been entirely lazy, but I've been 80% lazy. It's still up there.
That's a very high number.
Yes, that's why I don't like to admit it, but it's true. But I mean, I'm also glad I've actually been actually able to get those little side projects going. So then, yeah, if you guys want to see some of the shit that I'm gonna be, if you guys want to know when the shit I come up with drops, I suggest you follow my Twitter at Mrmoopsy. Plug.
Nice.
Pluggities.
And I believe that's about it for me.
Alrighty.
My man.
So if we've got nothing else,
nope.
No, I'm good.
All right then. Thank you everybody for joining us on this 25th episode of the No Name Podcast. We're a quarter of the way to 100 now, and maybe I'll be able to learn to speak better.
Yeah.
So how old are you again? Fuck. But yeah, so with that out of the way, my name's been Mrmoopsy.
This is Cosmo Jazz.
And this is Baker, the icon of icons.
We will catch you guys next time. Laters.